They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign.
I would never obey a man.
Can we just get past this?
We are going to be
say
equal.
it.
Past this?
To have and to hold from this day forward.
To have and to hold from this day forward.
For better, for
Wait
worse.
for it.
For better, for worse.
Wait for it.
For poor.
For richer, for poor.
In sickness and in health.
In sickness and in health.
Shout out to Aquatech for the $10 cash app.
To love,
Cherish. And obey.
Bingo.
To love,
Bingo.
cherish,
cherish.
and obey.
I'm not saying that word.
Say it.
I'm not saying that word. I'm not obeying anybody. I don't obey anybody, especially him. So you can continue with.
You obey the law.
I would have walked off right after that, but this keeps on going on.
That word. Cherish.
Yeah.
I'm not obeying nobody. I'm not saying that word. You think I am about to start my life off obeying a man? Never. I'm not obeying anybody.
Pretty well.
Obeying a man, baby.
We can continue without me saying that word.
So scared.
Your parents' house. So
Now, to be fair, this is partially his fault because he should have vetted her before they even got here.
Well, before they got.
Wait a minute. Didn't they have a wedding? Didn't they have a dress rehearsal before the big day?
No. I'll tell you right now. No, they didn't.
I don't care where
No, they didn't.
we've got the official.
That would have come up then.
vows are
Well before
vows,
that.
and you have to abide by them. And that word obey,
It's not
I'm definitely not obeying you.
She triggered by that
I'm not
word.
Ever.
Mhm.
Don't.
trying to show off.
I'm not trying
She
to show
triggered
off,
by
but
that
I'm not
word.
obeying. I'm not saying that word obey. I am not.
You're trying to show off in front of your family.
I am not. We either
you
gonna
trying to
continue or we can
You're
get
getting loud.
we can leave.
Y'all know that's a skit,
We
right?
can leave because I'm not saying that word obey.
I walked out.
You can continue past
Yeah, she wanted that. She wants
Go
out.
ahead and continue.
Say it,
I'm
girl.
not saying obey. You can obey. I'm not saying obey. I'm not obeying
So you-
nobody.
That's an entitlement.
Is it? A
You know
skit,
what?
Ray? Really?
Yeah,
I didn't say it was a skit.
That's a skit. Definitely a skit. It's very yeah, people do that a lot, you know. They make up scenarios they think will go viral. Lots of people do that. It's a lot. You can tell. They're trying to act. Definitely. That's a skit. But they made the point. They're trying to make a point. Yeah. What's up, AB? How are
Man,
you?
I wish that was a skit. I don't think it is.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good.
I do. Ramadan Kareem.
How dare.
I will say this. Y'all remember there was another skit similar to that, in which the woman paused when they were supposed to say for richer, for poor, for better, to have it to hold, for richer and for poor, and sickness. She paused at for richer and poor. She was like for richer, but she would say for poor.
Yeah.
She would not say that.
Mm-hmm. She wouldn't say that. That just lets you. But and this is why I ask those questions. Most of these people now in these weddings, don't they usually have like a dress rehearsal?
Usually,
Yeah, people write their own. They write their own.
some people do write
That
down
too. That too. Write their own vows.
That's what
In fact, there was one. I remember. There was a clip I saw of one couple's wedding. It was an interracial couple. The groom was black. The bride, I think, was Latina. They wrote their line. They wrote their verse. Their vows, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it took it, but just to prove the point that it took them this long just to get married. When she pulled out when she unfolded the paper that was her vows, she had to blow the dust off it as a joke. Let her know I've been waiting this long to write these vows, to recite these vows and get married.
Yeah.
I did mine. We did,
and the whole crowd laughed.
Mm-hmm. We did ours off the top of our head. We actually did two sets of vows. We did the standard, and then we did our own. Like,
oh,
head.
That's weird.
Interesting.
Yeah. Great wedding.
It's interesting. Hey, where I'm from, we don't do it like that. In our tradition, what it is like, you know, you go, the groom collects the bride, brings her to the church. They wear the traditional.
I heard. Oh yeah.
We have the master teacher in the building.
Man, that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen, man. Why is he still holding her hand and she's saying that to him in front of all them people?
Man, I would have walked up and said, I ain't gonna obey
No. As soon as she got loud, I said, you better lower your voice if you still want to get married.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
And you do and say these words.
By that time, master teacher, I would have echoed your words of,
I ain't got no time for this bullshit. I mean, you know what the thing? If she gonna show her ass in front of all these people on wedding day, you got hell to pay for the time that you're married. You know what? And you know, I might even get more devious. I'd say, okay, but you don't have to say it. Okay, when it come down to say the signing the document, the wedding license, I ain't signing this shit.
Oh yeah.
VGS is the type of who is very vindictive and does not take kindly as a Gemini. And
you know what? Okay, I'm gonna say this, man. You know, because I'm a fairly neutral person. Okay,
Yeah,
I'm not mean. I'm fair, and I don't like embarrassing anybody if I can help it. Right? Can I cuss?
Go ahead.
Yes. Ain't no way that bitch would say to me on a fucking wedding day and expect me to fucking marry her. Bitch, you better, I said, kick rocks, okay? I'll take the loss.
Exactly.
Yep.
You're gonna put your ass on your shoulders in front of all these goddamn people. If you had any doubts about saying anything, you should have said that way before we entered into this situation, okay?
Oh yeah.
And the thing,
which is why I asked earlier if they had a the dress rehearsal. If they had a dress rehearsal before the big day. I don't
care. It's a fucking just as a piece. If that bitch said that, I'd walk out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How are you, BGS?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad you're here. I had wanted to bring this, and I'm glad this.
Let's keep on in the front vein of what we talked about now. If you want to get to something else, we can get to it later. Okay.
No, it's the same.
I hate when dudes be
it's
like,
the same.
"Oh, I want a girl who love me, who's crazy."
Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. My bad.
I was going to make the comment that I was going to speak on this. I think because some of this is about feminism, what we're looking at, and I have a kind of new idea. Maybe a lot of people dislike feminism because it actually exposes what women really are, not what we want women to be.
That ain't got nothing to do with feminism, baby. I know a whole bunch of feminists would never do that on the wedding day in front of that man.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't mean that particular thing, but I'm saying it's in the vein of thinking about.
That's your white feminist.
That is not feminism. That's called disrespectful behavior. And,
right. But I'm just saying that there's an idea that I had that maybe reason why people don't like feminism in general is because it points out more like what women's nature really is than what we want it to be.
People don't like feminism because feminism does not work. Okay, that's why they don't like feminism. And the thing is, your elites keep pushing these ideas down on people, and they keep trying to run these theories and run these particular situations, and the shit don't work. But nobody has guts enough to toss it out and put in something else.
Mm-hmm.
Because feminism, okay, because in 1972, because you look back at the ERA, in 1972, your Congress voted in the whole pact of feminism. And guess who tore that shit up? It was actually white women. Okay, women didn't want that shit. So women really do not want feminism. They like the performance of it because it gets them, because they can use it as a club to get their way. That's all it is. They don't want feminism. They just pretend at it.
Yep. Shout out to Mr. Z and shout out to Louis for that digital art AI artwork.
Yeah, I'm going back. I'm going back and listening to and reading what's her name that killed the ERA. Okay, and she said it, man. And it said feminism does not work for a social society, man. It kills everything, and that's what it's doing.
Yeah, I'm not talking about feminism per se. I'm saying that the nature of women is a certain type of way.
Yeah.
And I think that women have probably pretended and cosplayed to be differently than they actually are. And feminism points it out. Feminism is like, nah, women ain't really like what you think. They're really like this. I think that's what I'm saying.
The thing, what's going to kill feminism ultimately is men starting to be who they really are.
Yes.
Instead of who they're socialized to be. That's what you're seeing with the boys. That's like you have all these black chicks talking about men ain't taking us out on dates, and they're not showing up to dates, and they're not doing this and not doing that, because that's who men really are if they're not socialized to be that way. And she said it. Who's training y'all? Because disease is showing you. You know,
we started off with the waterboarding today. Continuing.
I believe men when they say that there are a lot of good men out there, you're just messing with all the bad ones. That can be true. But what can also be true is that there are so many bad men that women have to spend so much time weeding through.
That y'all keep dating and screwing, but anyway.
The bad men, that by the time they get to the good men, they don't care anymore. Women are in a state of crisis, a state of survival, because there is so many bad men. If men want women to be more receiving of men, what they will do will be leaders to other men instead of trying to lead women and tell women what to do. Men spend so much time and effort in trying to subjugate men instead of being leaders of other men that they fail entirely. Women are really good at policing each other and having
No, they're not. Bullshit. That's bullshit. That is bullshit.
About our behavior. In fact, almost 80% of all internet discourse is women both creating and consuming.
That may have been true at one time, but it sure as hell ain't true now.
I mean, women don't police women. They don't. Okay.
In fact,
that
they
men
do
are
the
having
opposite.
are about
They
women
let
and
him go.
women's behavior, right? And that's because y'all are scared of each other. You don't want to confront the bad men. You don't want to have conversations with the men who are ruining it for the rest of you because y'all are afraid. That's not leadership, babe. You're not the apex predators, the apex leaders that y'all think y'all are if you're afraid of the other men in your community. Men cannot be community leaders if they refuse to get out and be in front of the
Apex
community.
predators?
You're not a leader because you think that you can control a woman and children. Being physically stronger than women and children does not make you a leader, sir. What would make you a leader is showing that you have the ability to create change and help create better circumstances for your community. At some point, men are going to have.
In other words, as long as you're working for us and doing what we want you to do,
as long as you're doing what Mama said,
then you're apex predator.
Pull their weight. Pulling your weight means getting other men in check. Women are checking.
You hear black men in the black community say the exact same thing that she's saying. So she's not saying anything different than what other guys say.
Yeah, repeat the alpha your way through it.
The alpha your way through this shit. They just went through that shit with Clarence Jr. The same shit. Okay.
Yeah.
And I always say, point to me any civilization, any society that works the way you think that you're pointing to work. Okay. And women are the way they are. Point me to it.
Every day. We're trying to tell women to stay away from the bad men. We're trying to tell women not to be in single mothers. We're trying to tell women how to behave. We don't see that from the men. Women can police ourselves. Okay, we've been doing it for a very long time. What we don't see is men being involved with other men. Period. Point blank.
The thing is, and you guys, y'all get on the airwaves, you get on social media, you do it in TV and stuff like that. You guys run to the bad men. Those the bad boys, your preferred men to deal with. What are you talking about?
Yep.
Even white women talk about things. They say the same shit. Oh well, we like the bad boys because they funny. And when bad boys are fun, the disposable.
That the only system for checking men's behavior should be the justice system. Absolutely fucking not. If men want to be leaders, who they will start leading is other men. Period. Y'all all claiming y'all alphas. You're an alpha male, but it seems like the only people y'all are being alphas over is women and children. That's not alpha male behavior. See, an alpha male. It's an alpha over other men.
You know,
so until y'all start doing that, I don't want to hear shit else about alpha male.
In other societies, mama, okay, that alpha male would have backhanded you.
Oh yeah,
and dared you to open your goddamn mouth again. Okay?
Open your mouth again.
This ain't that society, okay?
Yeah,
because that's why I played that stuff in the feminist in Africa, in South Africa, right? As soon as he told her, "Did you Zulu?" All of a sudden she backed down. Okay, she said, "Yeah, you know, when we get home, we got to do that. Yeah, you know how it is. This is not just
before BGS. I think that when women circumstances change, when they get money, they get education, the true self comes out, and it's not what y'all assume.
Okay. The thing is, you know why the true self doesn't last long, baby? Because guess what happens to any female-led society over time?
What's that?
Guess what? The men leave.
Yep.
No, they don't.
Guess what? Guess what? Yes, they do. What? Prove it to me. Because I researched this over the last 15 years. Prove it to me. What book did you read that's not true?
I don't know about no books.
No. What I ain't know about no books. What the thing is, you don't know because you never researched it. I did.
Everything's not research. I'm looking at the world. We have people having children. We have people who are being married.
What female-led society still exists in
I
this
didn't say anything
planet?
about female-led.
Female-led. The thing is, if you let women act like that over time, then men are gonna leave. If society, you know what happened to women if this society wasn't putting checks on men doing shit.
In this modern era, I don't think that's working.
Ask them hoes down in Mexico, okay? That get found in the fucking desert. Why do you think they don't talk back like that?
Mm-hmm.
That's right across the board. You know what, baby? They do that. The ones fresh off over the border. Let me finish this. When dumb chicks that come across the border, that come to Southern California, and get that mindset here. Guess what happened to them? They get them bodies get found. Okay. They don't. These Latinas here, especially the first and second generations, they do not play that shit. Okay, the only people that really play that shit are for the most part, is really black men. Black men are the only group of men on the planet that actually play that shit. They don't play that shit in Korea. They don't play that shit in China, and they don't play that shit in Latin America. We're the only ones that play that shit.
Well, the Asian men get to the point where they don't have women anymore because of the way they behave.
The Asian women,
the women are done with them.
And guess what the Asian men are doing? The Chinese and the Koreans.
Imported.
They import. They leave. Okay, you know what? Y'all don't want to act right. Guess what? Stay alone. We're gonna go someplace and get more women.
And who they getting? Because black women don't want them, and white women don't want them. Who they getting? Who the Asian men get?
So black women are the only other women on the planet?
I said black and white, and a lot. I don't see.
Bitch, please. You'd be surprised how many Korean men are married to white women.
Oh yeah. Korean men married to white men. So in other words, okay, the Asian men here, is there a Korea?
They say in
are you gonna answer my question or what?
The dating apps, they say.
Are you gonna answer my question? Or guess who's the most married? Was the most married man? One of the most married men in the United States.
Who's that?
Asians, 70 something percent.
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? Guess who's the least married man in America is?
I guess I don't know.
Black. Yes. So they're getting women from somewhere, aren't they?
Well, I know them dating apps and stuff. A lot of them say no Asians. A lot of the white and black say no Asians. It's very common to see no Asians, no fat, and no gays or something like that.
In dating and sexual circumstances, guess who the most desired men are? White and black. Sexually, it's black men. Okay. In the marriage market, guess where we fall. Guess who rises to the top when it comes to marriage?
Who?
Asian, East Asian and West Asian. Okay, Indians and East Asians, and white men fall in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I think like this picture, if white women are the answer, black men should just go get them white women and be happy. Like Snowman.
The Snowman can tell you. Okay, for a black man in America to get a white woman is a task that you got to be willing to go through, because it's not easy in the United States to have a white woman.
It is.
Okay, it's not. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Allow me. May, I have been happily married to Jody for 7 years. We've been together for 8 years. You don't know half the things and half of the times that we have gone through together, her community and mine.
Yes.
We have both been through it between Indiana and North Carolina, two of the most racist states in the country. All right. Do you know how often I have been not just accused, but told I've been code switching when I'm just being myself out with my wife? I can tell you incident upon incident upon.
He's speaking from
first-hand. Will you please?
He's speaking from first-hand experience. Unless you right now.
this is an experience I've had. This is an experience I've had for 8 years now. Even before we got married, we've been treated like shit since we've been a couple. We just laugh at their ass.
Yeah.
The most disliked
That's all we
coupling,
can do.
the most disliked coupling in the United States is a black man and a white woman.
Very
It's
true.
black men and white women.
It's not.
Period.
And
it
it's
has
not the reverse.
and that is like, and it has tripled. And I'm speaking from firsthand experience. And I'll tell you again, the situation. Jody and I have lived in two of the most racist states in the country, Indiana and North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the experiences that we have been through as a couple since 2018 would break other couples. Period.
Well,
Imagine
Snowman,
being in a. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, I don't want to interrupt. I thought you were at the sentence. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Imagine being in a restaurant. Doesn't matter what restaurant it is,
or what color
and
the
the
people
server, or what color the people, and the servers continue to walk by you and pay you no attention and take your order while they are walking away. Oh, you want to know the kicker to this? You know the color of the server that kept walking by us?
I'm
Take
sure it was
a
somebody
guess.
No, yeah, they don't. Black women do not like that.
Correctamundo.
Yeah, black women do not like.
Correctamundo.
They barely tolerate black men dating Latinas.
I'm married and I still look at them nasty. So I know what you're saying, but the thing is, isn't it less powerful? I mean, less painful for you? Let me ask you. Let me not set it up like that. Is it more painful for you to try to force yourself to be with a black woman, or try to deal with the fallout from people being racist towards y'all being interracial? Which one is more painful?
I didn't hear your question, honey. I'm sorry.
What she's saying? Which is harder? Okay, being married.
I'm sorry. My internet had cut out. I didn't hear her question.
Go ahead and repeat it, May.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah,
can hear me?
I have. Go ahead.
I was saying, is it more painful for you, or would it be more painful for you to try to be with a black woman and it's not working the energy wise, or if finding one that works with you, or would it be more painful for you to tolerate the racism of people not liking y'all being interracial with Jody?
Let me explain that in one situation. Let me explain that in one situation, and I'll let and the guys here know the difference of what I'm about to tell you. I went through and beat stage 4 pancreatic cancer. My wife Jody was with me and has been with me the entire time. In 2010, I was dating a black woman, and I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Ask me how many times she visited me in the hospital when I was laid up in the hospital for 3 weeks. I'll answer that for you. Not once. Not once.
Stark difference.
And Jody visited, and when I went through blood clots in both lungs and stage 4 pancreatic cancer, 2 toe amputations, and kidney failure, every time I was in the hospital, Jody visited me at least twice a day. Once before she went to work, and she came to me after it was done.
You know what, so man, it might be ugly to hear. Okay, it might be ugly to hear, but growing up in a gynocratic black family, you know what? The wife was hoping that she died.
What'd you say, BGS?
Yeah, kind
of. I said, growing up in a gynocratic family and being around black women and seeing this stuff in real life and how these women react. Okay, they were hoping that you died.
Yep. Yes. In fact, May. In fact, May.
I ain't gonna tell you how I know. Okay.
I know how you know. Let's go to my own family.
Hey, okay. I'll tell you how I know.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you these 2 situations where I know that the gynocrats in my family wished I had died.
Mm-hmm.
2003, I went through congestive heart failure when I was weighing a lot heavier than I am right now. And as I mentioned, in 2010, when I got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and my sugar crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Both times, didn't see my mother, didn't see the woman I dated. Not once. In fact, May, when I went through congestive heart failure, Men came to visit me. My nephew's father, my father, 3 of my friends all came to check in on me and ask me how I was doing. I didn't hear from any of the gynocrats in my family once. Period.
Dang, that's strange.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
No, it's not.
I love the men in my family a lot.
No,
you might, but the thing is, you have to understand the totality of the black community. That's what we're trying to tell you.
Okay, so man, what you're saying? I'm sorry. Go ahead, AB. I'm sorry.
And just for reference, there was a time where it was very dangerous for black men to even think about looking at a white woman the wrong way.
It's still dangerous.
It still is
dangerous, but unfortunately nowadays,
you get if you're gonna be with a white woman as a black man, I tell them all the time. Even Donovan Sharp says it. You got to be 100% sure with her.
Yes.
Yep.
Not 10, not 50, not 50.
You gotta
be
be
100% sure. You got to be 100% sure about her.
You got to take every pitch thrown at you that's aimed at your head.
Yes.
And when I met Jody, I knew it from the day I met her.
Yeah.
From the day I met her.
As a black man who's with a white woman,
if she's less than 10 toes down, you can't be with her. Okay.
Exactly.
So as a black man with a white woman, it looks like what you're saying is that it is better to deal with the racism from people who don't want to see.
I'm dealing with what woman
than it is to deal with black women, right?
Let me explain it to you, May, because what you're not getting is that white woman is doing way more than that black woman to be with that black man. Okay,
right.
Yes.
He's not with her because she is white. Okay.
I'm with her because she appreciates me.
And she's 10 toes down with Snowman's program and who Snowman is. That's why he's with her. Had nothing to do with her color. If I'm wrong, Snowman, please tell me.
No, I didn't make it about her color.
BG, bullshit. That's the first thing you attack.
You literally just said that. That's the first thing you said.
I didn't attack you.
No, I'm not saying you attacked me. I'm saying that's the first.
Yes, really.
Hold on, y'all.
That's the first item you attacked. When I met Jody 8 years ago, it was never about her color. You know what she simply did for me? She made me laugh. She made me smile. She made me think. And hold on to your seats. She appreciates me.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She has shown me more appreciation in 8 years than I have ever had with a black woman. And I was married to a black woman once upon a time. Let me make that point clear.
Sorry for your loss.
I know. All I'm saying is you approve, Snowman, that it's better to have a white woman who loves you, right? All that, and deal with the fallout that you say makes it hard to be in an interracial relationship. That's definitely better than you trying to be with a black woman. That's all I'm saying. I agree with you. Based on what you're saying, I agree with you.
Snowman could have found a black woman that was like Jody, he'd have stayed with her.
Exactly.
Because it's infinitely easier to be with a black woman that acts like his wife acts. Okay.
Let me explain, May. I was with a black woman and I was married to her for 3 years. I was 22 years old. Okay. I thought I had found the one for me because in the beginning, listen to my words carefully. In the beginning, she showed me the same kind of appreciation. And then the gynocracy kicked in, especially when she did this to me. And I never told you guys this story. Memorial Day weekend, 1995, I was scheduled to work. We needed the money. She wasn't working my wife at the time was not working. I decided I'm going to pick him an extra shift. I was working in a restaurant at the time. I'm going to pick him an extra shift, make sure we stay in the black. You know the complaint she gave me? Quote, and I dare any man to deny they have not heard this one. Quote, you don't spend enough time with me.
Yeah.
Close quote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What do you think my next move? What do you think my next move was?
I don't know. Did you go to work or did you stay home?
I stayed home.
Yeah. I've heard that before.
Yeah.
I stayed home, but you know something? I learned my lesson from there.
Yeah.
That is, see, stuff like that I went through before. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what color the woman is. If I get the same kind of shit from whomever I'm with, I'm gonna wrinkle my eyebrows.
I
Snowman.
brought it up because
Yes, sir.
AB had put that picture up there of all the black men with other, and I was just saying, well, shoot, go with that. If if black women's so bad, that should be gold.
What do you think? Why do you think 25-30% of black men are marrying out or going overseas? That's what they're doing now.
Matter of fact, May,
that's why
I'm going to show you something really quick. People continue to ask me to this day, even after everything that I've been through health wise. Let me turn this on here. Even after everything, after everything that I've been through health wise, they continue to ask me. They continue to ask me, why do you hustle as hard as you do and as much as you do? The answer is pretty simple, and there it is. That is Jody K. She supports me in my dream as a broadcaster. She's on her way to get her doctorate.
Yeah, I heard you talking about that.
I've been bouncing ideas off of her and her off of me since she told me 2.5 years ago. She told me 2.5 years ago. She said, baby, I think I'm going to finally go after and complete my doctorate. My response to her was simple. Go get that motherfucker, and I'll support you.
Can you read that for me, Snowman, please? Shout out to
MS
Delta guy.
MS Delta guy says, hi, family. When my uncle was in the hospital years ago, some female family members were asking about his life insurance, retirement accounts, Social Security, will, etc. They did not ask about the diagnosis. He's still kicking today.
He said, damn it, I'm not going to die and give them satisfaction. I don't blame him.
Exactly. And I don't blame him either. I don't blame him either. In fact, my sister, who gave me the most shit after I married Jody, now May, check this dynamic out. My sister, when I first got married in 2019 to Jody, supported me. Then I got stricken with cancer, and her attitude changed in a heartbeat, and still the same way to this day, which is why I don't talk to her anymore. We were in Crown Point, Indiana, on our way to Chicago to see my mom off. And I called Nicole and I said, how and where do we meet you? Because I'm thinking it's going to be okay. And Nicole's finally going to meet Jody because she was cheering us on. Keep that in mind. 2019. Do you know Nicole launched into this bullshit about money and you're not getting a house or the car or anything like that? And then her question to me was, why are we meeting? I told Nicole simply, until you decide to have the nuts to apologize, not just to me, but to Jody, don't call me. That was 2021. It's 2026. That tell you something?
You know what the thing is, and this is something that my mentor, she's been, God, it's got to be 50 years that she's been a relationship coach, right? A relationship counselor, okay, black woman, right? And she strongly believes in black marriages and stuff like that, man. I can't tell you the stuff I've learned from her, and the stuff that she says about black male female relationships, man. And this is, and this kind of stuff, man, is just so common. You know, we want, and she's pro black woman. She's pro black. And when I'm actually co-hosting her show, I got to be real careful to keep my red pill self down. Okay? You know, and sometimes she has to check me. Hey, you can't do that over here. Okay. But anyway, play this one real quick, AB, if you can see it.
Just a second.
Matter of fact, man, let me tell you something about the crew that's here. there's a running joke
Why do you think it's a
between
mom thing? You
me.
must have a bias
I'm sorry.
that causes you to think black children in this country don't have their fathers in their life. You must be a first or second gen American. First of all, none of your assumptions are true. I am not a first or second generation. I am a Southerner, true and true, descendant of a slave in this country, mom and dad, monoracial black. We're having a whole conversation on this app as we speak about how women connect children to the culture. If you agree that women connect children to the culture, then women, to me, play a larger role in whether or not their sons go on to like, value, and choose black women. If you are a black son who grows into a black man that hates black women, but you were raised by a black mother, I have questions, and those questions are for your mother.
Oh,
Well, the thing is, what I don't understand is why does somebody that choose another woman, another race, another culture, automatically hate black women?
That's a
Control
great
mechanism,
question.
bro.
I've
That is
never understood that.
fabulous
Okay,
question.
and they can say anything they want to about you, just like you're playing the stuff about the dating
Mhm.
and not being alpha men and they're
mhm.
not doing blah 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 blah. And the thing is, but we can't say that she hates us, can we?
Nope.
Yes, yes, you can. I definitely say they can. I keep saying this, but black women.
What I'm saying is, according to the milieu that's out there, we're not supposed to say that she hates us. Okay,
Right.
Right. Right.
if they divest, they're not. If they divest, they're doing because they hate us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
We don't. I don't hate my mother. I don't hate my father. I don't blah blah blah. It's not hatred. So why, if you're critical of black women of any type, it's be automatically construed as hate?
Let me give this story to May also. Before my mother passed away, Jody encouraged me, and I mean for 2.5 years. Jody kept telling me, "Look, you got to form a bridge with your mom, because mom never told me she had colon cancer. She just told me she had surgery for something. She never revealed what it was." One day, I said, "You know what? If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it with Jody here." So I called my mom, and my wife was in the room, and my wife and my mother were sharing laughs. They were playfully picking at me, sharing stories. I heard both of them laugh. You know how much good they did my heart to hear them?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And we had made plans to go see mom in Chicago. Unfortunately, couldn't come to fruition because a month and a half after that, she passed away, September 1st, 2021. Now here's another difference. And May, as I said before earlier in the night, it doesn't matter what color the woman is. If she's good to me, I'm going to be good to her. When I got the news that my mother died, you know the first thing Jody asked me? When do we go to Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
We were living in North Carolina. She said, when do we drive up to Chicago? Simple stuff like that.
I don't want you to think that I'm just trying to say, oh, Jody's
No,
just a
that's what
white
you're
woman.
doing.
No,
that's what you're doing.
let her finish. Let her finish. Come on, y'all. Be nice.
Go ahead, man.
I don't want you to think that's what I'm saying is that Jody, I'm not trying to, she's, like you said, she's an author, she's an educated woman. I'm not trying to just say she's a white woman. I'm just saying that maybe since some men feel like, almost all black women or this or that, unmanageable, this, that, it may be time for SYSBM. That's all I'm saying.
It's already happening.
It's already happening. Yeah, it's
At
happening.
this point, you can really just kind of you really fight the river at this point.
Yeah, with or without the black manosphere is happening anyway.
Right. That's been going on for years.
Yeah. The only thing is we just made it public, but we might have been a bigger impetus for it, but it was gonna happen anyway.
Right. But
fact,
why aren't there more white snowmen? You
Yes.
know what I mean? Like, why don't I'm impressed by him, honestly, because he's really He's really doing it. You know what I mean? He's got it going on as far as like he made his decision. I'm sorry.
I mean, okay. The thing is, okay. The reason there's not more snowmen because even my son has to go through this, even though he's married to a Latina, right? Okay. There's at least one time a month that there's some Latino dude's gonna step in because he got a Latino woman on his arm. Okay. No man on the planet really wants his woman with an African American black man because they think that we're better.
But Snowman
They
don't
know
get
that we're
slammed
better.
because what he's got going on is way worth it, more than what somebody else on the outside got to say about what he got going on the inside. So
And Snowman is the exception, not the rule.
Yeah,
Are
there
you
are.
saying black men BGS are scared to be confronted by other men?
Are most black men like 99% afraid to go up against a group of police officers with guns?
I certainly would be.
There's a reason for that, okay?
I certainly would be.
There's a
Is that
reason
real
for that.
experience or
But
just
to May's point,
why she here, bro? I always ask that question.
No, that's all right. Just calm down, man.
Just a moment. Go ahead, Abby.
To May's point, I gotta wish my nephew a happy birthday. He's married to a white woman, and they've been married for almost 15 years now. Got 4 children.
Beautiful. The only thing is with and I've had so many of my friends tease me about this. The only thing that did not happen between Jody and I, because we met later on in life, was children. That's it. Everything else that we had wished for separately has come to fruition. And even given that, the only daughter I had, naturally, she was mixed. It's unfortunate I lost her in 2015, but I tell Jody all the time, I know Donna, that's my daughter, would have loved you. You know, Jody wasn't even sure, as much as I talk about Donna. I can't even say past tense when it comes to Donna. I tell Jody all the time, I know for a fact Donna would have adored you because you're you.
Yeah. I have a lot of respect for Jody because she met you when you were down. I don't know her. I don't know her, but I've heard your story many times. And that takes a special kind of woman to love you through your deepest, darkest moments. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know something about that. You know, it really matters because, you know, people will kick you when you're down, turn their back on you. But when you have somebody lift you up, that's a special person, no matter what color.
She is special because when I got back to Michigan City in 2018, I was down and I was almost out. Yeah. I was waist deep in depression. I didn't know what the hell was going. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen. I didn't have a school to broadcast for, so I thought that was taken away. I was homeless at the time, so I thought that was taken away. And just like magic, actually, it was my birthday, 2018, where I got a message from Jody, and she pulled me back from the cliff.
Yeah.
Simply
and
put,
she ain't no bum. She ain't no bum. She's a smart woman.
Very.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. You got a quality woman, and you're not worried about stupid stuff like, you know, plastic titties and BBLs, and you got a real woman. You got a real intelligent woman. And I just want to ask you this, honestly, Snowman.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anybody threaten your life or try to put you guys in a compromising situation? I don't know. I've never been in no interracial relationship.
Honey,
she's not saying no. She's not doing this out of the goodness of her heart. Y'all got to be honest, bro. This woman has no goodness in her heart. I'm telling you. I can see it.
I understand. Hold on. Just hold on. Just let him rock. Let him rock. Yeah, because he's actually from Atlanta, so
I know. I know white supremacists are Democrat when I see one.
Hey, I understand, but you gotta let him rock.
You know that.
Even though we might disagree with it, but you got to do it respectfully. No, he's not angry. He just
I see demons and I call them demons.
brother.
Democracy is over. The black manosphere is here to stay.
You got to.
Let me answer May's
question. I understand. I know it's a manosphere, but then you got to chill. As long
let
as
me
they're
answer.
respectful, you got to
Let
chill.
me answer May's question.
Before you go, Snowman, real quick.
First of all, May, let me.
Unless you want to keep
No, let's no man go. You can go, man.
trying
Just want to say real quick to that dude.
We trying to chill this out, okay?
Yeah, I just want to say, I have genuine conversations online. I just want to say that. Go ahead, Snowman. I'm sorry.
May, first of all, honey, repeat your question for me, if you would, please.
I was wondering, have you, as an interracial couple, ever had, like you said, you were in two different racist states?
Yep.
Have you ever had like people come at you and you felt like they put you in danger? Like if it's a restaurant parking lot. I don't know.
Time. Do you understand me? All the time. That's why I made a game of it here every Saturday night, because just about every time
they did to you, because I don't
Jody
know.
and I, almost every time that Jody and I go out, it's not, May, let me tell you something. It's not just the looks. It's not just the looks, although that's the chief part of it. It's not just the looks. You know, I've had people mention snide comments to Jody and me if we were separated. Like, say, if one of us has to go to the bathroom or something when we're out. But oh yeah, still get it to this day. 8 years in, still get it. We just don't care. But I know
danger,
this much.
though. Not danger.
I've had someone. All right, here it is.
Take your time.
I had someone threaten me while I was doing a game. I was in North Carolina, and Jody was at home. She was working. Someone had recognized me, and they laid a threat to me because I was with a white woman. I will just say that I dealt with him outside the Greensboro Coliseum.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, Greensboro Coliseum. I know where that is.
Yeah, I dealt with him outside. I dealt with him outside of Greensboro. It did not turn physical, but it was headed that way.
Yeah. One thing that Donovan Sharp said, because he's engaged to, married to a white woman. One thing he said that he doesn't really put out, because he deals mostly with the white master. He said when he gets in the car, he's with her. Okay, he makes sure that the car is totally up to snuff. Okay, no tail lights, no license registration up to snuff. Blah blah blah. Because he does not want to give that cop an excuse to stop him with that white woman in the car.
Exactly. That's why Jody drives most of the time.
Yes.
If I drive, I'm by myself.
Yeah. I don't know. May, did you see that movie Get Out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Remember when that cop stopped him and the black man was in the passenger seat?
Yeah.
That's what it's like being with a white woman. That's very common.
That's
and they live in the southern places and racist places, I guess.
Yeah,
you would always have to wonder when you go to the parking lot or
California,
be in a bar where they drinking too much or something. If
California is not considered a racist state. Okay?
It happens. It
happens everywhere.
It happens everywhere.
It's called DWB.
Because we've driven through not just to and from North Carolina. We've driven through Virginia. We've driven through West Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky.
West Virginia.
All through that belt, all through that Atlantic coast belt. Jody has done the bulk of the driving, except for 2 occasions, and both of those times she was injured and just could not put any pressure on her foot to drive. She had an Achilles problem. Every time that we are together, Jody's the one driving, and she confirmed it earlier tonight. She told me, even though we were joking around about it, she says, "I don't want to take any chances."
Yeah. I got a question. I got a question for May, though. Okay, and this is something that bothers me, especially about women, especially black women. Right? Okay, when we're having a discussion, okay, black women really want us to accept their lived experience. Okay. About who they're around, the people that are around, blah blah, whatever whether it's true or untrue. 9 times out of 10 it's untrue. But their version of their lived experience. But when we actually talk about ours, y'all don't want to accept it. Why?
I'm asking questions because I'm in disbelief.
No, he asked you a direct question.
What I'm saying is, y'all want us to believe your lived experience, right?
Yeah.
Am I right?
That's true.
Okay. How come you don't want to believe our lived experience?
Because
I
it
wouldn't
is
say
the
that we
experience.
don't want to. I would say we may have doubts.
I'm a white supremacist. That's why.
Okay. If you have doubt, if you having doubts about our lived experience means what? You don't believe us.
Because I'm a
But
white
I'm listening.
supremacist.
I ask questions and I'm listening. I didn't believe that a black man, when he first said that, I was
Say
like,
it
ain't no
again.
way.
Say that phrase again. You didn't
Yes,
do what?
he
I
said it.
didn't believe.
Didn't believe. Okay. That's why I
I
asked
didn't
you a
get it.
question. That's why I'm asking you a question, because I really want to understand. Okay. It's not about fault. What I'm saying is because I hear this all the time. Okay.
Yeah.
And women will always talk about their lived experience. You can quote stats, you can quote numbers, blah, 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 but it always comes down to their lived experience. When a black man talks about his lived experience, all of a sudden they want to invalidate it. Why?
I didn't have any desire to invalidate. I just want to know more so I could understand because I didn't. That's not my experience. I never dated no white woman, so I
I
can't.
understand. What I'm saying is, what he's giving you his lived experience. How come you don't take it at face value?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
I
white
didn't say,
supremacist.
"Hey, snowman, you're lying." I just said I asked questions because I really didn't believe that.
You didn't believe it. That's why. See, you said it again. Okay.
But I wanted to know, and I heard him now, and I believe him.
The key is you didn't believe
I
him.
did not. I agree.
That's all
Yeah.
I'm asking. But the thing is, when we're talking, you want us to believe your lived experience.
That's true.
Yes.
So
Snowman,
I was wondering why the dichotomy.
Mhm.
Honestly, I can't tell you. I
Thank you.
cannot.
All
tell
right,
you.
that's good enough. That's what I want to know because I hear that
You're
from women
right.
all
You're
the
right.
time. I don't know who you're around, but in my circles, my lived experience, blah 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 blah. But my
Yeah.
lived experience is invalid. So go ahead, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Snowman, read that for me.
Before y'all continue,
Read this from let me read this from MS Delta guy. He says, $30 super chat says, BGS, I have a cousin who is 35 years old. Over the years, we have paid for junior college, barbering, trucking schools. He always drops out. Do we enable him by always coming to his rescue? Any advice?
I said I just did that for my nephew, and trying to get him into Theo's class. Okay, because I get tired of him. I get tired of my brother and my sister-in-law complaining about his situation and him borrowing money. So, right, so because I figure he can make $20,000 a year, he can take care of himself, right? Okay, he dropped out. Okay, and as a test, okay, really what it is. Okay, you're not happy with who he is, but guess what? He's happy with who he is, and you're trying to make him into something that he does not want to be.
Yeah.
And so you're not enabling. What you're doing is bothering him, is because you want him to be something. Okay, if you don't like it, don't loan him no money. Don't try to help him with rent. Don't none of that stuff. Okay, if you want to live your life the way you want to live your life, do it on your own. Okay?
Yes,
because this is who you want. This is who you want to be. Because my sons like that. Okay. All my millennials are especially bad at that, man. If they don't want to be something, they're not going to be it. Okay, I don't care
Very
how
true.
much money you put into them. I don't care how you push them, how you present things, blah blah blah. They're not going to be it. He does not want to be what you want him to be. And as a father,
we're steadfast in believing what we want to be.
As far as a father of 3 millennials, okay, that are middle age, I have come to that conclusion, and I don't even try. Then when you blah blah blah, you know what? If you wanted better, you would do better. Okay, you're happy with where you are, and they always sink back to the level that they want to be at.
Yep.
You have to be comfortable with it, and that's the problem. That's going to keep trying to put him in schools, get him to do this, blah blah blah, because you want him to be something that he don't want to be. I don't know if
The
that
question
helps.
should have been, I guess the parents should have asked him, what do you want to do with your life?
Sometimes they don't even
and let
know.
him figure it out.
Okay, and a lot of times, okay, they will give you the answer that you think you want to hear.
Right.
That's true.
And what is it? What I forget. They said it all comes out in the wash. Okay.
Yep.
In other words, who the
It all
person
comes out in the
really
wash.
and who the
Because
person
I
really
did-
is shows up in real life. Does it not?
Because I did that because I've been knowing since I was 10 years old I wanted to be a sports announcer.
If you really want to be something, you're gonna work at it. Right? At
Yeah.
the very least, it'll be a hobby.
Yep.
Yeah.
BGS, what is the point of grown to you? What age is grown? When you're supposed to know what you want to do? What age?
Knowing what you want to do, you could be 90. It doesn't matter. Knowing what you want to do does have nothing to do with grown. Grown means that you're capable of taking care of yourself. That's what grown is. That's all grown up means. Okay, that you not that you will, but you're capable of taking care of yourself. That's all grown means. Okay, knowing what you want to do. There's a lot of people working at jobs that from 9 to 5 had no idea what they really want to do. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, the vast majority of people have no idea what they really want to do. Okay. They just settle into something that a state of being that they like.
Yeah.
Excuse me, Snowman.
Yes, sir.
Here, let me. Since we're talking about your relationships and whatnot, here's something I would like to add to this conversation. That's really important.
Okay.
And it is through the lived experiences of my own family who are stateside.
You will be believed. Go ahead.
The female cousins of mine in particular.
Hey, I got one. I got one word for you that I make too.
Bullshit. I know.
Bullshit.
Matter of fact, why don't we do that? Why don't we do that phrase some honor?
Go ahead, play the trifecta.
Now that's some bullshit.
That's one. And considering that I am not the only parent on this panel, I'll add this one.
I am too old for this bullshit.
And to complete the triple play,
I ain't got no time for this bullshit.
BGS, I'm glad you remembered the mantra. And oh, by the way, I got you your beads, but I have to apologize in advance for what I'm about to do. And I know this ass whooping is deserving, so I'm just apologizing in advance, just to hope that the ass whooping is a little lighter.
What's that?
You know you ain't shit, motherfucker. But we love you for it.
Ain't been shit.
There will be shit.
Never been shit. Ain't been shit. It won't be shit, and I will not be shit in the next life either.
Good point. Okay, now Snowman.
Just know, BGS, as you often say to me when we kid around with each other, thou are not shit, sir.
Oh yeah, that's the highest compliment. Y'all ain't shit.
Thou is full of horse manure, my good sir.
We're gonna switch topic here.
No, we lowered the horse manure, man.
Yeah, can I at least say something as well? You gotta finish what I was gonna say.
Yes,
all right.
Go.
Like everybody's talking about, well, if you were with a black woman? I can tell you this right now. If you are with a black woman who is anything other than ADOS, African American, the gynocracy would have given you just as many dirty looks. Ask me how I know. If not more, ask me how I know.
And you're right.
Ask me how.
If you date outside the culture, especially the women are really fickle about that. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
They're really fickle about you.
I mean, yeah. Remember,
gentlemen, go ahead. Finish your thought, and we need to switch topics.
Hey, but them African women didn't mind jumping on that white peen when he.
I was just about to say that. I was
gonna go there anyway.
BGS,
I was going to go there anyway.
They jumped all over that white pen. Was it like 1,000?
I'm talking about not being women like that.
It wasn't even Nigeria. It was what is it? Kenyan and Ghanaian, bro. So
Ghana,
give it to where they actually go to, bro.
He went to these African coasts. He went to Kenya and Uganda and Tanzania.
Tanzania again. Tanzania. Uganda's landlocked.
Yeah, we suggest daughters of the trade for a reason. We suggest daughters of the trade for a reason.
Oh yeah. So they're just humans being humans, man. They don't believe that crap.
That's it, and that's all.
Yeah.
That is.
Now, let's switch topics for a minute.
Go ahead.
BGS.
Never get to talk.
Evidently, we covered this a little bit earlier. Evidently, people are now just figuring out that Jamal Bryant's full of shit.
Oh God. You know what? I have to do just like a president or a senator or a politician and stuff like that, man. People overlook their foibles, okay? Because they want to believe, they want to follow. Most people are followers. They need something to follow, so they actually overlook discrepancies like that. There's
Let
no
me leave.
reason that he should have a voice. But thing is, as long as people want to follow him, they believe in him.
Who are you?
Hey everyone, it's Logan on my Super Mario Logan account, and I want to help y'all get free money and free.
Bye.
All right.
Oh my.
Where one is gathered, or two or
Yeah.
three.
Many will
But,
follow.
they're mad at Jamal Bryant because he evidently he said the quote unquote Target protest is over, and you know they're protesting
Diversity, equity, inclusion.
Okay, so who's mad at Jamal Bryant?
Well, believe it or not, black woman.
Well, okay, because they believe it.
Can I say this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a black woman who's still boycotting Target, and I began the Target boycott with the Christian fundamentalist because I didn't like the gay displays. I thought it was
The gay to who?
The gay displays.
Yeah, they did a lot of marketing toward LGBT. I understand that.
Okay.
I may need to go to Target then.
I mean, LGBTQ has money, so they're going to target people with money.
Right, but like I said, I went along with the traditionalists and the Christian fundamentalists when they started, boycotting. I've been boycotting ever since then, and I did have a Target card, and I was shopping there.
Okay.
And I didn't need Jamal Bryant to do anything for me as a black woman. I was already on it, and I'm going to stay on it. I don't care what he say. Target will never get $1.
Well, you're not in that cohort that minds that's actually listening to him.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't listen to him either. But we're talking about, he's asking me why people are upset with him. It's because they actually believed in him. Okay, they saw him as a
They were
leader.
following him, and all I'm saying is not all black women was following him. I'm one of them. I wasn't following him.
It doesn't have to be all. We think it has to be the majority of the people that were actually following him. Which in the church is who? Black church is who? Mostly women.
Yes.
Well, the black church should have been with the Christian fundamentalists when they first started boycotting, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And well, the black pastor didn't get a word.
Yeah. They didn't get a word from their paymaster.
Evidently, Target canceled his payment to Jamal Bryant. That's probably what happened.
Do you think he got paid?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I guess he got paid.
Of course he
That was
did.
my first thought. That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Of course he got paid. That's why I'm laughing. I'm like, y'all just now figured out that Jamal Bryant was going to get paid to stop the protest. Okay.
And then the thing is, when you complain about him stopping the protest, you get more power.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who cares about Jamal Bryant and protesting Target? Okay. Exactly. We've been boycotting Christmas and in certain stores and stuff like that. Blah 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 blah. Forever. I remember one time, and I got cussed out at a pro-black meeting. Right? Is because
why did you get cussed out, sir? Why did
they wanted to boycott Christmas, and I just suggested, to the group, okay, black women, but I suggested to the group that we do one at a time, okay. Instead of trying to do a shotgun approach, just do one at a time, and so that they will get the message. We do them all at once, it spreads it out too thin, and it doesn't work, right? And she said that's not fair to everybody else. I slapped my head. So, and I started arguing, which is why I come here. Because when you start to debate it, guess what the brothers do, man? You don't argue with the sister.
Here's your sign.
Yeah, but to May's point, I haven't shopped at Target in years, and that was long before Jamal Bryant came on the same time about boycott Target. So
I don't,
Why you don't shop there? Why don't you shop there, AB?
Too expensive.
I
can
mean,
get the same product better.
Some things, because the Target.
It depends.
Some things are cheaper.
Yeah.
Some things are cheaper.
I think for men don't give a damn because a lot of men don't go to Target. Target's kind of designed psychologically for women. You know what I mean? It's like
I actually agree with that because yes,
I do too.
You can't have Target looking like Home Depot. Okay.
No,
you can't.
No.
You can't.
And 80% of the buying decisions are made by whom?
Women. Yeah.
Women. That's why.
Moms.
Unless it's a hardware store. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you're
Jamal
not
just
going to
told
see.
everybody out.
Marketing 101.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Target
you're
is
not
more
going to
is
see.
a more expensive Walmart. Yeah, in some cases, well, it's upscale. It's upscale from Walmart. It's
Yeah,
downscale from, but it's still on the same thing because there's other more expensive stores.
yeah, you're not going to see Lowe's and Home Depot cater to women.
No.
Mm-mm.
You know,
I don't like Lowe's and Home Depot. When I go in there, I feel repelled. I feel like I'm in danger and I need to run. I don't like it.
Because it's not designed for you. It's a
Well,
very
go in there,
masculine space.
go in there with your husband, man.
It don't matter.
It's a very masculine space.
It is very masculine.
Yeah.
It's dusty floors. The place is dirty.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes. Oh yeah.
Yeah, we don't care.
Dust.
Yeah, we don't care about
Pallets
that.
above my head that can crush me. I don't
Yeah,
like it.
yeah. You know, men don't care about that. Does the part work?
Yeah, we in there to get parts to fix
Yeah,
something.
Y'all go ahead. I don't go. I be outside in the garden.
Yeah, where you need to be.
But yeah, I was just amused by that because
Target didn't come to. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
Yeah, we covered a
Yes,
little
I
bit
have
of. I played a little bit of your.
Wow, and that's it, sir.
I mean, the number one, I do believe that FD signifier is an atheist. Number one, he's a feminist. Number two, why does he give a damn what Jamal Bryant is saying?
Right.
Yeah. I just found it amusing. I was like, yeah, let me play this just to have fun.
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't think that I think we're post. BJs, you might disagree. AB, you might disagree, but I think we're post leadership at this point.
No, you're not.
Jesse Jackson ain't shit, and most of them other ones, you know, these recent Al Sharptons, they ain't shit. What's that other one? Roland Martin. These people are paid off and stuff. I think we're past the point of needing a black leader to lead all of us.
No, that's not true. That's not true. That's not true.
It's not.
No.
Well, who is our leader then? Ben Crump? Who's our leader?
Who's our black leader? You have really believe Obama's still your leader, and so is Michelle Obama.
No, he's gone.
Yes, they are.
Who's our leader? If so, we need one. Who is it? I think we're post leader.
Post leader. Okay, so what society that's leaderless?
Well, I can't think of a Latino person who's leading the Latino community. I don't know that. The Japanese, the Chinese, as far as in America, I don't know who's leading their community. So I think they're post leader. But I tell you what, the business, that guy, the business, I forgot his name, but he makes films and stuff. He said the other day that the code is the leader. And I like that. The code, the black code, like how we act and don't act.
And you don't have one main leadership because you don't have one main movement, but you do have leaders. Okay, that's where human beings organize themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm just saying that time of saying Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Farrakhan, Jesse Jackson, we can't point to somebody and say that's our black leadership. They represent us. They know who we are.
Even during the time of Martin Luther King and Jesse Jackson and Farrakhan and stuff like that, they respected him, but only like maybe 10 to 20% of black people would call Martin Luther King when he was alive as their leader. Very small percentage.
Yes.
I was alive when he was there. I was a little kid, but thing is, I talked to people that were in the movement and actually hands on inside the movement. They will tell you the same thing. It's not as big a percentage as you think it is. Okay, even though we have the black manosphere has become a guiding light. Okay, the thing is, it's still a small percentage of people. Okay, even though we have worldwide impact, but it's still a small percentage of people because there's very called a tipping point. Okay,
BJS, who's your leader? AB, who's your leader? Who's your black leader that leads you? Charles.
Who's my leader?
Who's your black leader? Who's your black leadership? Who do you appoint as your black leader and you follow as your black leader?
I don't appoint I don't appoint anybody as my black leader.
Okay.
Okay. Some people said I would be a leader, but
you are.
Huh?
I said you are. How about you, AB? Do you have a black leader? Ben Crump, Obama? Who's your black leader?
Okay.
I don't know. Roland Martin, Joy Reid. I don't know who's your black leader.
And it depends. It depends on the situation. Okay.
Do me a
You're not gonna
favor.
let us win.
Ask me the same question, man.
Charles, who is your black leader?
My black ass.
And you gotta understand. You gotta understand. You gotta understand. Men are situational. Okay. Whoever has the best ideas and
the best experience,
the best experience for that situation, that's who they will follow.
Let me put it to you this way, man. I'm explaining the best terms that anybody could get it. Men are like the Green Berets. Women are like ants. The reason why I call women ants is because all you need is one little catchy slogan. They'll just galvanize on that one leaf or that one bit. They just follow right into it. You're like bees or ants. Men are like the Green Berets. Just because you're the highest ranking person does not mean you lead that mission.
Exactly.
It means the most experienced. It means the most technical. If that mission says we have to do a humanitarian mission for medical, it's going to be that medical. It's going to be that medical sergeant for that special forces troop is going to be leading that because he literally went to school for 2 years. He's most likely that guy is in your shock traumas around the country. Go down to the VA hospital, shock trauma, and you see guys in military uniform. Those are military doctors and special forces medics in those surgery rooms who literally have bullets flying over their head and they're doing surgery. If it's training guerrillas to fight and shoot, it's going to be that weapons sergeant taking the lead. Yes, you have the captain or the major, which is actually a major who runs the. He's going to be in charge, the administrative charge, but operationally, it's whoever got the most experience in the area. That's the point that's the point that a lot of you look for leaders because men are embedded to be leaders naturally. Now, are there contests or there's times we have to vote for a leader? Yes. There's times as old as BGS is, BGS will tell you, I don't have experience in this shit. And he said that to me. Hey, you the guy. What do you think about it? And BGS is the same age as my mother. What do you think about it? AB will ask me, what do you think about this?
Yeah,
I'll get back to you.
When it comes to law enforcement, Charles is the leader. I call him up.
Men are situational, but ultimately the leader. If you live in the United States, you know who your leader is. It's called your president of the United States. He is
Whether
you like him or not.
Yes, he is, because he was ordained by your Constitution and by your voting to do so.
On paper,
and your country moves with his word. Okay.
Trust and believe, man. I could not stand Joe Biden, but when he was president of the United States, he was my leader at the time.
Because the president of the United States has will not elevate your country or destroy it.
And I'm gonna tell you why. And what you just did, May, is the reason why so many men say women do not deserve to be in positions of leadership.
What did I just do?
Have you ever been on a yacht on a cruise?
Yeah.
Okay. When you on that cruise on that boat, whose leadership are you under?
The captain of the ship.
Captain of the ship. Does it matter whether you like him or not?
No, it doesn't.
Okay. Well, if you're in a country, okay, if you're in a country called the United States of America, okay, which is a big boat, okay, your leader is the president of the United States, okay.
Okay, you're talking about political leader and the sovereign.
No.
I wasn't starting out talking that way. That's what he does because he's military. I was talking about social leader. That's why I said, is it Obama for you?
Who's your leader?
Hold on.
Jackson for AB. Everybody could have said something different.
Who sets your social climate?
I mean, if y'all cater to a president to set your social climate,
Who
I'm
set your
so
social
sorry for
climate?
you.
I'll repeat it again. The question
Not
again.
no damn president.
Who? Yes, he does.
No,
Bullshit.
he doesn't. No, he
You
doesn't.
didn't get civil rights because you didn't get civil rights because of a goddamn will.
I'll give you one example. Okay, Barack Obama came in and
4 years.
Barack came in and put out the Dear Colleague letter in 2011, right? Okay, that's where your sexual harassment shit came from. That's where your believe all women shit came from. That's where your Me Too shit came from. It came from him. Okay.
Let's go a little simpler, BGF. Let's go a little simpler. How did gay marriage come about?
Oh, yes, that's true. That's another point.
How did gay marriage? Would gay marriage come about if Barack Obama didn't champion
it? Would you have civil rights if Eisenhower didn't champion it?
You guys, listen. I wasn't saying. I was talking about personal leader who is inspiring you. I wasn't talking about who's in charge of the government. I wasn't talking about that.
And personal leader. Okay, the thing is that's too narrow. Okay, that's too narrow.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're supposed to be the superhero of your own narrative at a certain age.
Charles, we were talking about black people. Do black people have a leader? That's
yes,
what we
do.
do.
It's not the president of the United States.
Now she changing it. First she said you, then she said black people.
Black people follow the same. They follow the same social segments and precourse and discourse of everybody else. Okay.
Yes, that's true.
You've been outside the country, right? Okay. When you go outside the country, you know how American you actually are, don't you?
Hell yeah.
Okay. In other words, your president sets out your educational system, your social system, your work system, all that kind of stuff. He is the leader of that. Okay. When he changes something, it changes for everybody.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Day one.
That's how come they protest and Target and DEI. Target didn't change that shit. Guess who did change it?
Trump.
Trump changed the policy.
Trump changed the policy, and people start following the policy. Okay.
Unfortunately,
Unfortunately for who?
It doesn't mean fortunately or unfortunately. It doesn't matter. Okay.
So that's the reason why a lot of women make poor leaders, because you want to lead. You want somebody you like to lead you. Sometimes.
I want somebody with integrity.
Hold on. Because a lot of you can't take the fact that somebody, unless it's a white dude who signs your checks. But I digress. A lot of you never had to be under the leader. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Go ahead, you're finished, Charles.
This is the shit that y'all don't get. I'd rather be led under an asshole. At least you know where you stand.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of you actually don't understand leadership, because guess what? Y'all don't know it. Y'all never had to really experience it. And guess what? When that man dictates DEI is gone, guess what? Shut up. When that man dictated through the Supreme Court to say we strike this shit down, and he said, guess what? He didn't even have to say vote on it. He said it's done. He could have just said it's done.
Yeah, because it's the presidential sign. You can undo it.
It's an executive. It's an executive
order. Yeah.
There's a reason that Donald Trump won over Kamala Harris, and one of those reasons is when I watched her interviews, she couldn't answer a damn question.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now. I'm not necessarily talking about you, May, but I'm at the point now. People that are still trying to big up Kamala Harris. I'm like, the BGS is the old nigga coming out. Mm-hmm. Do you really think Vladimir Putin or Xi Jinping give a shit about I'm speaking, or I was born in a middle class family? Blah blah blah.
It's just like Donald Trump getting ready to find out. People don't give a fuck about integrity. They give a fuck about getting shit done. Okay.
Yeah, that's all it is.
That's why the Republicans, unless they clean this shit up, are actually going to lose the Congress.
They do care about integrity.
No, they don't. Nobody gives a shit about
That's
integrity.
why nobody
No,
is
midterm.
supporting him.
When have people? When have people
They
ever?
don't know if he's lying
When,
or telling the truth at any moment.
go back. Go look at the Bible and Jesus. Okay, that people didn't give a shit about integrity.
Look at the
No.
Sadducees and Pharisees.
Can you feed me and can you heal me? That's all they give a shit about. They didn't give a shit about integrity.
What was the
Charles,
most
he doesn't
important?
have any military support from anybody else but Israel.
So what?
He did,
I'm telling
Wait,
Charles, he's a
wait.
military
Say
man.
BGS. Let me handle this. Let me handle this real quick.
No, she asked me real quick. Okay, let me handle it. And then you can I'll tag team you in. Okay. Israel, a lot of this stuff they blame on Israel. Okay. There's a reason Iran is striking those bases in other countries. It's because all these motherfuckers are all in on. They blame Israel, okay? Because Israel is the loudest, but things they're all in on this shit. All of them, including the 10 countries up in Europe. They're in on this shit.
Yes.
Why they not loud with it though? If
Huh?
true.
If somebody's gonna take the blame, why would you speak up?
They're the willing scapegoat.
They're a scapegoat.
They don't have to play that game. They're all in charge, aren't they?
No.
The thing is, and if somebody wants to take the blame and become the scapegoat, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna let them.
It's part of the deal.
But before you go, Charles, to BGS's point about if the Republicans don't do something, they're going to lose. That's why I made this one.
If the politicians don't address healthcare, the Iran war, and housing costs, they're going to get whipped out in the 2026 election. Remember, politicians work for you, not the other way around. Don't be like vote blue no matter who.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the black manosphere has been saying that for 15 years. Okay, we are pragmatic. We don't care whether it's blue or red. Okay, get something done for us. Okay.
Yeah, I was talking to MOT about that a couple days ago. I said to him, like, look, if they don't address health care, housing prices, and this Iran war, they're going to lose in 2026.
Yeah, just like Trump lost in 2020 because of COVID.
Exactly.
The Democrats made sure of that. Okay, when they passed their last bill.
They're going to stick it to you. And this is the point.
It's like Hillary didn't win in 2016 because the DOD didn't want her to win.
Yeah, the DOD, not only those emails, not only Benghazi, them Clintons have a bad, nasty taste in the military's mouth.
Yeah, they do.
Now,
And they overstep their bounds. So anyway.
Now, to say the only now say your statement again, May, about military.
You as a military man, can you explain how it is that Trump, because you have been in the military, how is it that Trump ain't got nobody militarily following him bold into the fire? Why not?
Because
he's a leader.
He's a leader, so that means he doesn't have to have anybody following him. You do as you're told.
Yeah, he's commander.
You're commander in chief of the military. You do as you're told, or you resign or retire.
The rest of the world is not following him militarily.
The rest of the world follows the United States. You're still the number one military might power in the world. That's bullshit.
Guess who's sending warships down to Iran as we speak, man?
For you, Charles, and BG.
I'm
going to answer that.
Guess who's speaking?
Let me say.
Guess who's sending? Okay, that you think?
He just put out a tweet, BGS, that asked all of them to go to the Strait of Hormuz. He said every country send ships to the Strait of Hormuz. So you tell me who sent some.
UK, France send some warships. Guess who else? UK sending some warships.
Now, number one, I'm going to answer your question very vividly and very honestly, May. Who pays 90% of NATO?
Unfortunately, United States.
And Trump doesn't like
it. Who actually? Who's the leader of NATO?
United States.
Is NATO
right, Charles, Okay.
This is I ask, you answer. There's a given flow. Okay. Number one. If we pay 90% of NATO, and if we're the leader of NATO, would NATO fall if the United States says, fuck all of you?
Yeah.
What would happen to the United States not being NATO to Europe? Don't say nothing, but don't kick the chair, old man. What would happen? Come on, May. We waiting on you.
People would not be able
Ready?
to function without the United States leadership. Okay, all right.
Let me. Okay,
Answer
hold
the
on.
question, May.
Let me
Answer the,
answer
hold
this.
on, hold on, hold on. Answer the question, May. May, answer the question. What would happen? What would happen? Would Russia be able to take them?
She don't like being in a chair, does she?
We got to keep her in this goddamn chair. She put herself. Put your foot in your mouth. You better love the taste. Now, what would happen? What would happen if the United States leaves NATO?
It would. The order of it would collapse. It wouldn't be.
Not only would it collapse, would all them countries start fighting each other again?
Okay, the thing is, you're thinking too far, Charles. Okay, if Strait of Hormuz stays closed, who suffers?
Everybody else but the United States.
Now, the United States is not going to suffer. We got plenty of oil. Who's going to
I
suffer?
said everybody but the United States will suffer.
In other words, if
the people who depend on that oil.
So the oil coming from that strait goes to what? The UK and France. Okay, does it not?
Yeah.
Do they not have a stake in it?
No.
Do they not have a stake in it? Do they do it? Does Trump really need them to actually? Even though Trump shouldn't have started the goddamn war, which they're pissed about. Okay? But now that you're in it, guess what? If you want your oil, you need to come down here and help.
Now, guess what? Here's the question, May. To ask the question is to answer the question. Does the United States have more military power than just goddamn Israel? Yes or no? Huh?
Yes. Yes, United
Thank
States.
you. Thank you. Do they have more power than just Israel? Yes or no?
Yes.
Thank you.
Real quick. Shout out to Mississippi Delta for the super chat. He
Ching,
gets,
ching, ching, ching. You better thank your donors.
I know, remember, still emotional labor.
And on that note, I'm going to head off to bed. So I just got to get up early in the morning. So thanks for having me up. Thanks for you guys. I appreciate it.
Nice, no man. Oh my leg! Oh my leg! Oh my leg!
Now,
I don't know why man walks up in it with this pedestrian stuff, but it's okay.
Now, you gotta understand something.
You're an expert, May? Oh, really?
Now, you gotta understand, May.
Great tell, May.
I'm not an expert.
You're
I
pedestrian.
just simply have opinions that y'all disagree with sometimes.
No. The thing is, you're not accurate. I don't care about opinions. I care about facts.
Are opinions able to? Are you able to disagree with an opinion?
Charles, you're the one came in here talking that military leader, president stuff.
No. You the one who came in here.
Hold on, Bay. Hold on. We're gonna dissect everything you said in that one sentence.
And we should charge her because we actually teach her.
We really we are.
She won't be. She got to pay.
Wait a minute, Bay.
Hold on. I'm glad you said that, BGS, because I got 52 watching. Y'all like, share, subscribe. Hit the Cash App, support the show. Hit the Super Chat, support the show. Support the Ghana Crack Roast.
I'm going to tell you this one. Next time I do a show, I'm going to give y'all an hour. And if nobody supports, fuck it, we turn the lights off. But I'm going to answer your question, man.
Charles can tell you, as far as politics and geopolitics, I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Okay.
And I got a lot of friends on the back end still in the military, still in the police department in high positions who listen to my show and say, God damn. Now, man, when you said this, we're going to dissect your question. I came in here talking this military shit. By order of the Constitution, who is the commander? What does the commander in chief of all armed forces mean?
He basically is over all the cabinets and he commands the
No,
military.
nothing with the cabinets. What does it mean?
He commands the military.
Meaning, does he outrank every admiral and general in every military arm? So, in other words, can he just fire a fucking admiral at will?
Probably.
There's no problem. There's no probably. He can.
He absolutely can.
Your president, just like in Rome, okay? Your Caesar was your highest ranking military person.
And guess what? In certain countries, if you actually do reading, because the term commander in chief is not just in the United States.
No.
It's
3,000-year-old idea.
For example, in certain other countries, for example, in Britain, The king, which is Charles II,
Mm-hmm.
is the head of state. But who's the head of government? The prime minister.
Oh, okay.
Why does when he got coronated, why did he say to his prime minister, form a government for me? This is the same thing the queen does every so often when she was living. For example, certain countries in the Middle East that are not authoritarian, are not authoritarian or monarchies. The head of state is not the commander in chief; it's the highest ranking general. So we are very unique, where the head of state and the head of government is also the commander in chief.
Because we're a republic, just like Rome was.
Yeah. Yes. So when you have that authority, there is no general, there is no admiral, there is no military officer that outranks him. You're at the beck and call of him. As a matter of fact, every time you have a commissioned officer, it's under the written consent of the president. If you have a written warrant officer, or I think warrant officer is the president as well, but for NCOs, that's under what? The Senate. So when you look at it, right, this is the reason why a lot of women need to look at leadership. Because guess what? The one thing you learn about leadership is not about if I like his personality, it's if the motherfucker's effective. Okay? And this is the one thing women are not willing to do, is to stick their necks out into the most dangerous shit and say, my bad, it's on me. Women are not known for that, are they, May?
It depends on what you mean, because women are moving in corporate and in other ways and administration.
That's not what he said.
I know a lot of women who lead
repeat what I just said, May.
Kind of stuff, so I can't
repeat what I just said. Repeat what I just said, May.
No. You're reframing his question. You're not answering it.
I'm answering your question. Women do not do necessarily physical danger out.
I never said anything physical. When will women take the same risk that men do, which is not just physical, economical, mental, spiritual, and emotional, and say, it's on me. I'm at fault. Blame it on me.
You know what?
Directors and I know people who are superintendents and all kinds of things that are leadership. But go ahead.
So, in other words, let's look at Kamala Harris, right? I'm glad you said that. Should Kamala Harris, by all her actions, be voted in as president, or was she displayed to the American public?
I mean, if you want to talk politics, but I was just talking about leadership in general.
What is politics?
Okay. You want to stick to politics?
But this is the same. This is the same umbrella. So, in other words,
politics has a lot to do with popularity.
You know what? I think women should revisit ERA and vote it in.
Yeah,
and be done with this stuff. And then everybody will be judged on their own merit. If you want to be a leader, because that means you take the responsibilities and the rewards for your actions. I think that's
most of the time. And here's the tricky part about leadership that women don't get. Men are very humble at taking the victories. We'll actually say, "Hey, it's a team effort." Women don't say that.
Women get it. Women know, man. Don't believe that they don't know, because they look for it. They know. Okay.
They look for it, but they don't do it openly.
It's because it's not in them to do it for the most part. They know. They know better.
Maybe y'all don't know many women leaders. Maybe
you being known to
okay. There's always outliers in every group. Is there not, man?
No, I'm just saying in general. There's a lot.
No, May. There are always outliers, are they not? But as a group, no.
Do we make a rule to the exception?
We don't demand that women be leaders. Okay.
Even women don't demand.
Did I finish my goddamn sentence? Is it okay?
You kept going, but go ahead.
I didn't keep going. I hadn't been talking 30 seconds before you jumped in. Okay.
I like to do that stuff.
Huh? Oh, VHS, come on over here, man.
Oh shit!
She ain't feeling me.
VHS around here.
Yeah. Come on over here, man. She ain't getting me, okay?
I mean,
This is where
This
me
is
and you
the
always
part.
butt heads,
With,
BTS, because you start interrupting me
I don't want to hear that crap.
and
I don't
we
want to hear
start
that
butting
crap. I don't
heads.
want to hear that shit. Okay. I
This
don't hear
is
that
the
shit.
part that I get.
I don't want
This
to
is
hear that.
the
I don't want
part
to
that
hear
I
that
get about
bullshit.
it.
Basically, AB started the show playing that chick talking about men should be leaders and alpha males and crap like that. Women, especially black women, demand that their men be leaders. Men don't demand that women be leaders. Okay, they don't demand that. Why is that? If they truly want to be leaders, they just go ahead and do it, right? How come they don't do it?
That's different than what I was.
They ain't different. No, it's the same thing.
No, Charles was saying women don't know how to lead, and they don't know how to lead. That's kind of what I think he was saying. And I was saying I know a lot of women who are in leadership. I didn't say men demand that women lead, but I think there are lots of women in leadership positions everywhere. Everywhere.
There's lots of women in leadership positions. Okay,
In a lot of places in life, yes.
In a lot of places in life, there's always outliers. Okay.
That's not outliers.
Those
You go
are
into
outliers.
nursing field, and
Those
there's
those
women
are
who run businesses, and they are the leader of the business. Like myself, I'm a leader of my business.
there's outliers. There's outliers.
That's
Okay.
not outliers. That's very
Those are
common.
outliers.
Go
No,
look
it's
it
not.
up. Women run a
It's not
lot
very.
of businesses.
AB, play that video. Okay, about what women are
Women run lots of
demanding.
businesses and executive
They're
positions,
outliers. Okay.
administrative
Which
positions,
video?
making decisions.
They're outliers. How
It's not an outlier. That's common.
how come there's no female Palantirs or Microsofts or Amazons?
Leadership.
How come it's not? How come there's not
You
that?
just said leadership.
No.
Right? Leadership,
That is leadership. How come
leadership
it's
is
not that?
principle. A principal of a school.
No, it's not that. How come it's
Yeah,
not that?
it is.
How come it's not? How come they don't have that?
Those are positions of leadership.
No,
The school
how come they
principal.
how come they don't have that? Because they don't want to do that kind of
I
work.
don't know what
They don't want that
Listen,
kind of
they do the
You're
work
not an alpha, you're a
themselves?
fucking beta. You're a cog in the motherfucking machine. And until y'all men start stepping up in your community, shut the fuck up, please.
Yeah.
Now, madam, you started off with the profanity. Mr. Z's gonna continue with the profanity. Go munch on each other then.
Damn.
Or go get in line for the tall, good-looking niggas y'all all want to fuck. That's number one. Number two, imagine being a good man telling the charismatic asshole niggas what to do and that nigga getting pussy and you not. Oops. Imagine telling the charismatic asshole niggas what to do when he getting more pussy than you. What you gonna say? Imagine the niggas that got 2 and 3 and 4 baby mamas and you can't get one. You struggle. You're a good guy, but you struggle to keep your one girlfriend, your one wife. You imagine being the nigga in the barbershop that you're a good man, you're an honest man, and you might be actually a good looking brother. You don't struggle, but you telling the charismatic asshole nigga to keep his thing in his pants or to take care of his kids, and the women are knocking over each other to get to him. You imagine? Madam, what can we tell them niggas? Y'all fuck them. Y'all give them pussy.
Well,
what? I mean,
what can we tell the baby daddy niggas? What, you want us to beat them up? So what? One of y'all could patch them up and suck them off? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah,
huh?
You know, what do we always say? It's always Jermaine's fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because when it fails,
women want so bad.
But yeah, Z was going in too. He was like, what are we supposed to tell the dude that had like 5 or 6 baby mamas? What are we supposed to tell him? What are we supposed to tell him?
You ain't supposed to tell him nothing. You go to the baby mamas. Why'd you give him a baby?
Yeah,
exactly.
Feature, why
are you blaming him? He didn't lay on the table and spit out a baby.
And I put it in the chat, and he said it. What are we supposed to say to the white dude that got that black woman on TikTok barking like a dog?
She wanted
Eating out of a dog food bowl, man.
Yeah,
Like,
just like the white dude that goes to the fucking dominatrix and get pegged. Okay, he want to.
Oh yeah. Oh, don't get me started on the ones that want to get paid, the ones that want to be sissies.
Yeah, whatever. In other words, there's something in them that want to do something. So that same chick that wants to bark like a dog, eat dog food, and wear a white man's collar is in her. Okay.
Sadly.
The thing is, if women want to really be leaders, as they say, they would take responsibility for their situations, and they don't.
No, they don't.
What's up, Chaos? All right.
You hear me?
Well,
All right.
I'll drop you right now. Okay,
No,
go
I'm
ahead.
right here. I'm right here. Yes. So Lucky, I just popped up the manosphere, and you look. This guy got a picture of you. Oh, he's so crying. He's so emotional. God damn, they miss you that bad over there, Lucky.
I don't. I think it's just this person. A little funny sense of humor. I'm gonna just ask generally, why do you think that this happens when men choose to gossip or just be chit chatting, or you know what I'm saying? What Drake say, niggas talk more than bitches these days. When niggas start to, this is a ghetto stream. You know I'm being loose with my language. When they start to text or just add smut on a woman's name just because they didn't get access, from your experience, where does that come from?
I think it's beyond jealousy. I think it's like a piece of treasure that you can't obtain, and I want to conquer it. That's how I see it personally. I mean, because there are a lot of women out here on YouTube that are attractive, some subpar and stuff, and there are some dudes. Let's be honest, they do want to smash. You hear stories about this, right, Lucky? I've been hearing stories about it I came around the internet now for a few years, and I'm saying, how are you gonna smash somebody and you're not in the same area they are? I'm way over here, you way over here. What are we doing here? Are we virtually smashing?
Well, people fly you out.
I mean, if you're a woman, if you want that, that's fine. But still, why fly out to some dude so he could sit there, brag, and then start talk about it? I mean, really?
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, Lucky, because this is a good question you put as a title. Do you think, from your own perspective, has the manosphere, from what you understand, has it been bad or good to you since you've been knowing about it now?
Bad.
Yeah. And the reason why you think because you're a woman that it's considered bad, or is just the men that are here are the quality of men?
I don't think it's because I'm a woman it's bad. I think that even if the manosphere is about fixing things in the community, the same way I feel about women who are anti-Black men when we need a community where we're both in the same community. I think it's a problem that women, by and large, don't feel a message that includes them in that community. So if the community was not supposed to include women, that's perfectly fine. I never was a part of the manosphere, but the problem is that because my thought process and my perspectives just kind of put me in this boat of a sector, because I'm going to do content that address certain mother issues, or I'm going to address certain content, certain topics that address things that women wouldn't really do. So it makes it seem like, oh, she's a pick me, or she does, it's like they have to put you in this box. So sometimes I just wear it because it is what it is. But as far as the manosphere of what I know in my experience, I could be very ignorant to what it started as. That ain't my job to know. But from what I know, I don't see where the men that are quote unquote holding it down are doing anything that's inclusive or anything positive that's communal. It just seems like this is a money grab. We're going to just disparage the things that helps our bottom line, and any topic that disparages our bottom line is what I'm going to talk about. We're not going to talk about real issues that are affecting Black men that have nothing to do with women. They create a narrative and they play on other men's emotions that lack emotional control or anything, just to paint a narrative to say most of your issues is a woman. And it becomes very dangerous, because if you start playing on men's insecurities and giving them excuses like they're victims, instead of pouring into them for them to be better, to get the best outcomes they can, when we're looking at you and you're not getting the best outcomes you can, I just think it's something to say if people still follow you like you have a solution. You are now in a cult. That's what it is. It's weird. It's weird. It's
Yeah.
weird.
And interesting. My good friend Jay Shine came on my show a few days ago, and he said best that the manosphere and the red pill and stuff has failed a lot of men overall, especially with the album Preach thing. And the reason why
Now,
from his perspective, no, he's telling me something different. I can't go back to the live stream we talk about, but he said in regards solidarity men and really achieving.
They're not men, they're males. There are males who do not possess the qualities to feel like a man. So because of this, they turn to YouTubers to get answers instead of going to a therapist, the gym, and also going to a speech therapist to learn how to pronounce words or any type of environment of anything to learn how to be compatible or be more likable to get women. When you don't pour into the things that make you more likable, you have to resort to desperate measures such as, hey, I got the views, or hey, I got the money.
Yeah.
Hey, now nobody likes you. This is why you get cheated on for a nigga that has nothing, because that nigga's cool as fuck. And I'd rather help that nigga get to where he needs to be than anything that you got to offer. Because at the end of the day, this should tell men women's bottom line is not how much money you have. It becomes about how much money you have when you're a fucking weirdo and we don't like you. That is it. The same way we have to listen to men when they say stuff. Hey, just because we fucked you, don't mean we love you. Keep that in your head. Just because we will fuck her, don't mean we will wife her, right? It doesn't translate. So we need men to understand just because you have the money, it don't translate into you being likable. Drake is still a lame. Drake is still making music about bitches who don't want him.
Yeah, that's true.
It's still a thing.
That's true. Yeah.
But I'm gonna bring up someone else.
All right. I would say well said point. And like I said, I did catch the early parts of the broadcast, so I can't go more into what was said. But I will say this: it's good that a lot of women learn and grow. And like I said, a lot of dudes, to be developed as a man today, you had to take a lot of factors. And most men don't want to do the necessary small things. They think if you get this, that's done with. No, it's a process. You got to do as much as possible. You get me? Because you're around people. And one thing we lack is communication and socialize. This is the most people that socialize social media.
But how can y'all learn to socialize if the only
And I'm the one who go outside. So, you know.
Yeah, y'all don't go outside. Y'all in
don't go
chat
outside.
and y'all listening to the same regurgitated stuff while not going outside. The world outside thinks y'all, not you, just, you know.
Yeah.
The world outside thinks these niggas are weird. Okay? The men outside, the men on panels that I've just channels that have more relevant think they're weird. And not even just that, right? They don't care what the men think. You should, because what happens is if you're only in a world where you're in a world and online and you don't go outside, the world outside is passing you by and you're getting older. And this is why when you get online, the conversation hasn't evolved because you're not having experiences. If you were experiencing women, you would have perspectives to understand them. But the only thing these niggas want to experience is coochie. And so, which is me, it's fine. Then go pay for it. But if you need to pay for it, then just be cool with that. But there's a lot of women that won't just take the money and just say, hey, I got this much money. Can I fuck? They won't do that because they know most women want relationships. So they have to try to talk to you acting like they want a relationship. But yeah, I'm gonna bring up someone else. Okay.
All right. Thank you. And we'll do this again soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Let's have Chaos Rain. Why don't you say a few words here, and then we'll get this video started.
Yes, Dr. Thunder. Somebody I'd like to ask a question before we play the next video. Because you're a man that's been married for a pretty long time, right, Dr. Thunder? Long time.
Yeah, 18 years.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I mean, it's next 2 years will be 20. Okay, wonderful. I think you, out of many people in content creating in the space, push back respectfully about the marriage part from a lot of us content creators. A good portion that either agree or oppose it. And to be honest with you, I have no problem personally. If you keep in mind, Dr. Bunder, when most men talk about it, on the average, it's not only from their experience, but they have been messing with other men's wives. You aware of this?
Yeah, I do think that there is a tendency for the guy that's been the side guy, the side dude, I think that actually, although it is destructive, generally destructive, I actually think the person that may be the most damaged by that is the side guy, because he sees he sees he sees an angle on something that makes it hard for him to see it differently. So I think that there's an inherent negative bias that most folks that have been the side guy, at least, and I don't think it's just a one-time thing. If this guy is somebody that has frequently been with other men's wives, that guy's probably going to have a really hard time thinking of marriage in any kind of positive light.
And I always reflect on it. And I remember when George Macon talked about, one of the things we men could do better personally is we have a standard code that say if we are close friends with other men, one thing that should offer them is what? Wives.
Right.
And I never thought of it, but when I think about critically now in the long-term things, yeah, that's something that has to be really deep and think about and taking action for a lot of men, that if we around certain men that's engaged in this personally and just in good faith, because there has to be the women going to do what they're going to do at the end of the day, and we're not going to stop that. All right, we understand. So one thing as a poem, we men have to have a certain standard order. You get me? Because that will weed out a lot of the problems, especially some of them that hold values.
Well, one thing that I've noticed is amongst the sort of family-oriented guys who tend to have relationships with other family-oriented guys, and that tends to be the thing. Typically, what I see is they tend to be very negative towards guys that are sleeping with other guys' wives. Like they will call you out for that, and they don't want pookies at the picnic, and so there's a tendency for that to be the case, but I don't see the same sort of critique offered by black women or women in general to other women that are cheating with married men. They might say something to them behind closed doors, but they're not going to get this. Why is this woman here at the picnic? Well, if she I mean, some will, but if the guy wasn't willing to cheat with her, so it's so it's the guy's fault. He's the one that's married. It'll turn into that thing. But anyhow,
but don't you think most women that see that really want their man to really engage in this so they can find justification? Because some of them are on the low messing around with the dude. That's why they don't hold the same standard. Some of these women that they'll set the trap.
I'm not sure what your question is. I'm not sure what you're
referencing. All right, let me make it plain and simple. To women that don't hold the same standard, that they around friends that do sleep with other men's husbands,
right.
That don't you think that those women that are married to their husbands, right? They do that intentionally, so there's an excuse, but behind closed doors, they could possibly doing the same thing. But say, since I know you sleep around, I'm just gonna put you.
Oh yeah. Like right. They keep it open as an option for them so that they don't appear to be a hypocrite. Right.
Yes. There you go. That's what I think. That's why you're right. And let's be honest. For those who step around it, how we move is we don't be around for long because it's gonna bring problems. You're right. There are very few, not all men, but a good enough. And we know some dudes that's about that. Yeah, we keep them a distance, or we just don't associate them in the long run because it's bad in the long term effects.
Now let me say this. Let me be fair also, because a couple things. First of all, I don't think that marriage is for everyone.
Yeah, you said that. You said yesterday. Yes, correct. I agree too. I agree with that too.
I don't think marriage is for everyone. And I think that there are valid reasons to look at the, particularly the marriage 2.0 construct, to look at that with a side eye. I think there are a lot of valid reasons for doing so. So that's sort of my approach to the whole discussion. I am pro marriage, but I'm not pro marriage 2.0. I'd say I'm against marriage 2.0, and but if you can work out a marriage 1.0 scenario where there's clear gender roles, where there's a strong religious and or historical intact family structures on both sides, back to Jesus. If you can find that kind of scenario, then that's going to tend to work out better than other versions of this thing. There's no guarantees. Everything's at risk. But if you actually disaggregate the numbers, I think that what you'll find is that those situations tend to work out better. Go ahead, Dr. O.
I just want to get your definition on marriage 2.0. I think I pretty much understand it, but if you could just define what you mean by that.
Sure. So, and I'll just say the whole thing. 1.0 is clear gender roles, what we would regard as traditional marriage, particularly prior to no fault divorce. You only get divorced based on biblical reasons. The man knows what he's doing in the relationship. He's been trained to be a husband. The wife has been trained to be a wife by family members, by family, by the community. Arranged marriage would be a great example of like a marriage 1.0, where that stuff is much more important than the sort of superficial, kind of goofy stuff that doesn't really actually matter. Marriage 2.0 is partnership. It is nobody knows what their gender, what the role is, that they're, you're sort of competing against each other. Both people are basically doing the same thing. That's basically what marriage 2.0 is. That partnership term is not a heterosexual term, by the way. Of course, it's a rainbow term that got applied to further legitimize a new definition of marriage, which they tried to do. Progressives tried to do retroactively. They tried to redefine something that clearly didn't fit the category. So that's what I mean by marriage 2.0. I don't know if that's clear.
I got you. No, yeah, very clear. Yep.
Okay.
Like my wife, she just it's cooking and cleaning is part of her, her womanlyhood. She thinks that's part of what she's supposed to do, and she thinks that I'm supposed to be the leader, and I have to do some rugged things that men usually do. Like you said, some of the traditional things that used to go on, and some of the feminine things that used to go on. It's not very complicated, but people make it more complicated than what it really is.
Right. All right, let's get into we have moved a little bit off of the topic, but getting back to the topic, we're talking about the Amazonian trap. Again, the Amazonian trap, and let me throw this up here. Yeah, this right here, the Amazonian trap, heteropessimism and the rise of the girl boss. The Amazonian trap. That's what we're talking about. Here's our primary video. Let's go.
I'm 42 years old. I'm perimenopausal. I don't need no man.
That's not a good start, but keep going.
I'm twice separated from the fathers of my children. I'm a late in life lesbian.
What I talk about? Lesbian.
Who doesn't have sex or a sex drive. I have started talking to myself constantly. I live my life completely alone. I have no friends.
I can smell the failure.
Probably by choice.
Your choice.
Like 80% choice. I'm in a job that I chose pragmatically because I needed a job. I'm noticing that I feel less and less connected to this physical world. It reminds me of, I'm sitting in my car making this and I'm 3 minutes late for work right now. It's like I don't exist. It's like I'm disappearing. Working in a factory and understanding that that kind of work strips you of your humanity and leaves you with no energy to even think at the end of the day. Okay, I better go into work. Bye.
So there it is right there. Again, the rise of hetero pessimism.
Once again, I come before you to spread the glorious news. Yes, the sisterhood has to hold another heavy L. Right here, we are seeing the true underbelly of the post-war Menopausian war survivor. The part the media normally tries to hide from us beneath empowerment slogans, soft life feminine era hashtags, and magazine articles written by the feminist Cosa Nostra, reassuring other women that everything is going exactly as according to plan. It's just that in this case, she is so down bad, she doesn't even attempt to hide it anymore. And this is always my favorite scene in the Strong Independent Girl movie. The scene where she finally gives up the sacred ritual of lying to herself and begins accepting her slow approaching fate. The moment she realizes that roughly 172 million women in America possess the same so-called pleasure box she has been treating like some kind of limited edition luxury item. Suddenly, her Gucci Hot Pocket book from Soho starts looking like it came from one of those Chinese shops on Canal Street.
Comes from China.
And trust me, like a young Michael Jackson, I will always be there, holding $40 in my hand, YKK zipper fully pulled down, with a new dream to sell her. Yes, and that new dream is hope. Curtis Mayfield in his prime, Lord Destro, your neighborhood pusher man, pimp walking up the block with one more nickel bag of that fish scale copium. Yeah, you know she loves that nose candy, doesn't she? Because we all know candy makes you a dandy.
Candy makes you dandy.
But unfortunately for us, some of the former rehabilitated 304 gladiators are now attempting to save the modern woman from a fatal copium overdose. And they have introduced a new word you should familiarize yourself with. Because I don't know, it may become the next hashtag soft life feminine era hybrid. A phrase designed to rally women back into our kitchens as though nothing ever happened. To usurp power from our ninja foodie and Japanese rice cookers. Today's word is
the Amazonian trap.
No, seriously, Google it. I can't have you lacking out here in these streets. The term Amazonian trap argues that the entire independent girl movement was basically a cultural trap dressed up as empowerment. Yes, it calls out modern women's worship of the Roman goddess Minerva or the Greek goddess Athena. I mean, you kind of know her as like Wonder Woman. Listen, don't act like you didn't know DC Comics and Marvel was brainwashing us with pagan gods. Come on.
Yep.
We are talking about the
what's happening, Mr. O?
Mythical Amazonian woman. The fantasy of women building a complete society without men and living happily ever after. The key word here is mythical. The term Amazonian trap attempts to challenge the current trend of women deleting dating apps, going quote boy sober, declaring that men are not worth it, and pretending that being a lonely cat woman is somehow the new spiritual awakening. For example.
Protect, agree, everything that you have. If you're a woman that is focused on making more, having your own career, bringing in your own money, absolutely. I think, okay, so this is going to be my hot take. And no shade to either.
We're only 3 minutes in.
I know. I think marriage is for broke bitches. Oh, and so I think.
Yeah, that one was wow, man. Saying
there you go.
If you're married with a man, you are considered a broken woman. That's insane.
That's ridiculous.
The mental illness goes so far, Dr. Thunder.
And this woman that's talking right there, she's been on many shows. She's not a good person. Just for the things she says and what she says she does, she's just not a good person. And if you ever listen to her at any length of time, she just says horrible things about men, horrible things about people in general. And I would see why nobody wants to marry her.
Yeah, she's poly. And she's poly. She all poly all the time too. All kinds of nasty stuff.
But she is a straight up lesbo, and she says she pegs men.
Yep.
So right there, you could tell she's off. You had to write her off, because once you start engaging that behavior and then you do it to men, no one should take you seriously at this point.
Yeah.
And no one is.
Terrell, I know you were trying to get in there.
Yeah, no, I was just saying that there you go. I didn't know all that these brothers said about her. But again, my philosophy is that when they just simply replace the man, which was the primary breadwinner, with their own bread, and they don't think that they need men. That's what it is. She said it right there. If you got money, you don't need a man. That's essentially what she just said. So,
yeah. All right, let's keep going.
I think a woman who wants to be married is leaning.
And I'm gonna rewind that again because I know y'all want to hear that again.
Yes, sir.
Protect. Agreed. Everything that you have. If you're a woman that is focused on making more, having your own career, bringing in your own money, absolutely. I think. Okay, so this is gonna be my hot take. And no shade to either. We're only 3 minutes in. I know. I think marriage is for bitches. Oh, and so I think a woman who wants to be married is leaning more into the patriarchy and wants to be essentially, possibly taken care of, have their man as the leader. All of the ideals for me of what marriage looks like is that. So I just saw my friends recently this weekend. She was like, "Did you want to be married?" And I literally said, "Yeah," when I was poor. As a woman who can now like provide for herself, also doesn't want motherhood, and also sees a lot of these celebrity women now having to continue working because they have to pay alimony. I mean, we have even podcasters now paying alimony. Shout out to Rachel Lindsay. Like, there's all these people that once you make a certain amount of money, if your man doesn't, you have to pay them out. And I just don't want to be that.
That's a take.
I don't want to be that.
But you also start.
Yeah. You don't want to have to be the men that you're claiming that were oppressing you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to have to pay up like that.
Don't turn into the man that you don't turn into the man that you were talking about, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to do.
Yeah. Well, of course they can't actually turn into that guy because that guy's like a 1% guy, a 5% guy. You know, they themselves are average at best, but they try to reach for what they think that the 1% to 5% guy is able to do, and if they can't get that, then they claim oppression.
Yeah.
So I guess 95% of men are oppressed too by that standard. Then
basically that logic.
Yeah.
Okay, unless I know you.
Yeah.
What's up, Chaos?
What's good? What's good? How you doing, man? Where everybody at, man? Nobody want to come up and give their take on this, man. This been talked about.
Oh, you need help?
Now I need help. I would give my own take. I just
all right. Well, let's worry about your take. What you got to say?
My take is nothing. The only thing I would see what makes sense is what has been revealed throughout the years about her history, how she moved in these streets. I think too many women, modern women, live vicariously to these celebrities to the point now that they're so much in their feelings that they don't get the same outcomes that they don't have, and forgot that these are people that have money problems. They're not really much special than the typical man and woman here in where we at. The only thing they have is they have more money. So you think because she could do what she want, she has hot girl summer, bounce on the John, and then as she turns 30 years old, yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta be clean here. Come on. She gets to point out that she come across Klay Thompson, say, "Yeah, this is gonna be the man. I'm gonna secure the bag." You get me? She's trying to secure the bag, and as you know, Klay, he said, "Yeah, you ain't, baby," and I'm just gonna keep pushing, And don't get me wrong. I mean, she did what she had to do to make it, give the opportunity from the marry. And like I said, 9 months. I mean, you didn't even survive a year with this dude. Usually, if you survive the 12-month, he might consider guarantee putting a ring. I did a little small clip about this, about the 2-year rule, and I think that with her, you didn't even survive a year. So obviously, him letting you go, that's just reasonable. Regardless if you say he's cheating or not. And people, you understand, Lucky, a lot of these athletes got too much options with a lot of these women. Hell, Paul Pierce said it when he was playing. And he's from Cali, I don't know if you're from Cali. He's from there. You get me? He know what it is, the scene is.
Yeah.
And he's born and raised in California. So obviously, if you look at the history of black women that he messed with to the women he don't mess with that's non-black, I'm gonna tell you the man, he has not really come to terms to really actually settle down, So all you can do is around these type players, you try to put yourself in a good position. But then if you have not survived the first year with them, going on probably the second year, and it's not anywhere close to marriage, not a talk about or surprise, then you're gonna have to move on. You get me?
Yeah.
That's how it is. You should not be waste your time. So if you say this is the reason why you ended up because he cheat, it makes you question. Well, a lot of people been questioning it. I question, is this really a relationship or a situationship? Because we look at Clay, we look at you. What is it that you have in common with Clay? Besides he signed with Dallas Mavericks. You just don't see it.
Well, listen, I don't want to make it seem like I know I follow him. You know what I'm saying? I don't think if he was really this desolate, irrelevant man, I don't think she would be checking for him. She wouldn't be using him as something to help. He was clearly important enough to help give her a different image she wanted to have that she didn't have before, you know? But yeah, go ahead.
Once you're right about the image, because ever since the thing with the trial, they've been trying to restructure her image. She's not doing a good job at doing that. I heard she was trying to sue bloggers, and that didn't go well. And I'm thinking, so you need to move on right now because time's not which you make.
Oh, Milagro. But that was so I'm gonna just ask you though, as a man, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that it's okay to ever just cheat on somebody regardless of their reputation? It doesn't matter if you chose her. We can say whatever about Meg's reputation. You still chose her. You still chose to get under comments, defend her, say it's disgusting, and say act like you was really protective of this woman. Do you think that it's ever okay to just cheat and then say, oh, well, her reputation, what she think? It's like she thought what you were saying. Like, does that give you carte blanche to not be an honest human being?
Well, I will say this. I think most men should approach the mode one approach with women, especially no matter where you are financially situated, and see if she will be around. But you know how men think nowadays, Lucky. If we had to be honest, okay, all right. But let's say this. If we had to be honest with a lot of women that we interact with, and the whole goal, a lot of dudes' intentions to get sex, you might not get much sex, depending who you are. That you're not that type of dude. So to lie just to get into the pants is problematic as itself. But we all know the nature of men.
But y'all do it. We all know men lie to get in pants.
They would do it.
Let's just stay there. Wait, don't keep moving. Let's just stay there. So if we all know men lie to get in pants, and women lie in certain ways, it's kind of like why are the men that lie to get sex judging the women who lie? You get what I'm saying? And they're getting
to get in his wallet, right? Lie to get his wallet, right?
Anything, get in his wallet, get access to his family.
You know how human beings nowadays, they try and get certain things without being honest, because if they're being honest, truthful, they won't get it. And it sounds nice, but in the real world, but there's consequence.
Both people lie to get what they want.
Yeah, and there's a consequence if we're not sure. But we got to understand, can the consequence outweigh the good? That's all. You could bring the next person.
Thank you. What's up, Rush?
Yo, what up? What up? Salute. How you?
You all have time. Do you have
Thank you.
You got any final words or feedback or stuff?
This is another excellent stream. Jeff St. James. I have a question. You used Cash App, right?
Cash App?
Yeah. Like donating?
Yeah. Ask a Brother podcast. Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody in the chat, one of my mods, if you guys could post it in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it.
Okay, don't worry. I will send something to you. Don't worry. Be patient. To keep it short, like most of the bread and circus, like in the days of Rome, that's what we're witnessing now. Nothing has changed under the control of Rome. If you notice how they're able to control population people during its rise and decline, they use entertainment as the driving vehicle. Now, I'm not sure which Roman emperor discovered this, but I know probably his associates was made the discovery. And lo and behold, we have what we call the Colosseums. And now we look at the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is just a reflection of the Colosseum. It's probably like the after effect of the Colosseum. Think about it. Because what? Men on the gridiron going out there destroying their bodies.
Yep.
Yeah. That's why if you look at why you think they always focus on Super Bowl the heaviest, because that is their Coliseum. So overall, as we look at it with Bad Bunny or any international superstar, it's just another tool just to show the overall colonization of the globe. And, you know, the Western powers over here, they're trying to, you know, branch out a little bit more by having artists from other parts of the globe to fulfill that. Remember, like most sports brands, they have to expand. I mean, other countries might fall in love with football, maybe so, but not to the degree like we have here in America. They're not going to fall comfortable with the running football. They're more aligned with soccer, more advanced. That's still the top. Until they find something that will replace that or be as close, you're going to still see, you know, they could try to expand, but it's not going to be of any usefulness in the long run because people like what they like. And the only thing that would be more better market is what do they call it? You know, basketball. But that's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm saying. Because I think somebody just called me, interrupt me. I don't know if you can hear me now, but yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all.
We hear you. I appreciate it. It absolutely is the modern form of the Roman Colosseum, the gladiators, the distraction. While Rome is falling apart, people are just being entertained while crazy stuff is happening and destabilizing the country left and right. And it's fascinating. Cost of living is going through the roof. People are sneaking in the country. People getting kicked out the country. You got men and women can't decide what they want to be. Biological males are taking medals from females. They're going into female prisons. There's so much insane stuff happening in this country. There's a battle for the soul of this country and what we're going to be in the next 5 years. And it's been interesting to see the people on both sides that are so caught up in the midst of it that they can't realize and see how they've been being tricked, bamboozled, and used as tools for division so that the people that, like, think of it this way, man. Y'all got people who are politicians that lie to you. Everybody knows politicians lie. We vote for them anyway. They deliver on very few things we actually want, and we hate our neighbors. Yo, like when I say these people are incredible, the tiers of psychological warfare of how they've figured out a way to get the people who are most responsible for what's broken and messed up and not happening in this country, they don't get the smoke. It's your neighbors and people that disagree that do. So I'm like, it's fascinating to me that people don't realize, man, that you're getting played. And it's one thing to even have an opinion on this stuff. It's another thing to know that your opinion is probably coming from a celebrity, an influencer, or someone who never told you how to think. They just told you what to think. And it takes people, I think, a good while to realize much of what they think they know has been a lie and that they've been fooled. And many of the things that's been placed in front of them are not neutral. The social media is not neutral. Sports is not neutral. These things were specifically designed to get your attention away from something. So, you know, it's interesting to see that how hard it is to get people to wake up in real time and realize this is unfortunately what's been going on for sure. Just a guy, what about you?
I'm gonna agree. I believe that they want to create an emotional hive mind. People are quick to snap and react off an emotion. Logic takes a second for you to digest things, put some wisdom in it, weigh out the options. But if they can keep us right on the edge, teetering with emotion, you'd be quick to just jump whatever way they tell you to jump. And it's really nice to know that more people are starting to wake up and see the world the way I've seen it for quite a while. That's not to say that I wasn't blind and in the matrix as well, is what I'm gonna say. But like the woman said at the last end, it wasn't a saying, it was typed on the screen there. What I call that is once you become a broken toy. Once you become a broken toy, you just don't want to play part of this game anymore. You actually see it for what it is, and you see that those celebrities, they're actually sheepdogs. So sheepdogs only exist not to move a herd. Sheepdogs exist to move the 13% to follow the herd. The herd will just walk behind each other no matter what. There's 13% of sheep that'll step out the line, and they are just there to bite at the ankles of those and put them back in place.
Facts. And the crazy part is The sheepdogs in our society, even our culture, are the ones that are the loudest about saying who's a sellout and who's a coon. That's their job. Their job is to keep you on the plantation. Their job is to keep you, like you said, in that emotional hive mind state where you're always reacting to whatever has been shown on Shade Room. The head of Shade Room, I think his Shade Room just got welcomed into the White House for doing press like access or whatever.
Oh, you mean in Nigeria, man? Yeah, the one who runs the shade. Yeah, he's
It was
Nigerian.
It was a woman, and she had said that for the longest she thought her job basically was just to dictate what she wanted the audience to how she wanted the audience to see it versus just giving them the information. And she said she thought it was her job to make sure that they saw it through a Democrat lens. So I'm like, y'all, hold on. USA, when y'all saw and found out money was going to a whole bunch of institutions and news organizations were getting paid off by taxpayer dollars. Okay, one day people gonna catch it, man. One day people gonna get it, man. This is
damn.
One day people listen, man. I should know the act. I usually know the act, the month and something act in terms of giving the media permission to be able. Historically, the media was never allowed to use propaganda against American citizens. They were allowed to use propaganda and lie to foreign nations, foreign governments, foreign audiences. They were never supposed to be allowed to do it domestically. And I can't remember if it was during the Obama years or not, but that law was reversed. And if you've seen an uptick in extremism, an uptick since the 24 news cycle, a lot of division, now it's all starting to make sense. And if you've seen, and I'll even say this, bro, if you've seen the same people, same news people, same people that vote a certain way, either not care about something or thought it was fine when one administration does it. And then when another administration does it, they're completely at odds with it. They now see what you're now seeing is that they're not reporting just the news. They're picking and choosing how it is that they want to frame it to get you to care about it or not care about it. So if it's fraud and it's stealing from a lot of people, and the people who the news are in support of it, they're going to not cover it much. They're going to come up with other things to focus on. But if it's the news media and the news platforms are against them, they're going to cover that a million times till you get the hint that there's fraud going on, there's waste going on, there's this or that. So once you see it, you kind of can't unsee it. And I think that the stuff like this isn't an accident anymore. And I think we need a lot of the viewers and people that are adults to start acting like adults and stop thinking that the people at the top that control entire industries, the people who are pushing globalism, the people who are pushing open borders, the people who are anti-family and all this crazy stuff and just pushing division, it's probably not because they care about the average day-to-day person and the sake of diversity. It ain't. You got to stop thinking that the people at the top that survives in what's in those files and survive in this environment are very altruistic and just caring individuals. Most of them are not. Most of them are not. And I think that if we get better, we'll get to a point where stuff like this won't get an emotional reaction out of us, because whether we pick or choose to watch the Super Bowl next year won't even impact us anymore. Because we're now moving to an elevated place where we're now seeing the games. We're now seeing the distractions. We're now seeing the strategies and techniques to control our mind, control our thoughts, control how we move, how we feel, and what we react to. The media is trying to convince you to end up like Renee Good right now. And some of y'all dumbasses is planning on becoming it.
Can I cut in here?
Of course.
So they care nothing about us as an individual, because they know as an individual, that's why they want to keep you locked in that mind that one is just yourself instead of one community, one group. You know what I mean? Even people back in the day knew that one twig was worthless, but if you bind 100 of them together, you can hold up a car. You get what I mean? You can create a bridge out of it. That's what they're afraid of, and why they want to keep us, let's just say, so low vibrational.
Oh yeah, and listen, y'all. Thank you for that, bro. Bad Bunny is not coming on next week. Just letting y'all know that now. That is not the surprise. I ain't gonna talk this crazy about it, but then invite him more. Yeah, man. So listen, man, I appreciate you fellas. I'm gonna wrap things up. And listen, y'all, if y'all can, feel free to come through tomorrow for that Did You Fumble a Good Man, and also for my interview with 2K. I'm gonna try to knock out back-to-back episodes tomorrow evening. And then, like I said, I'm gonna have some major surprises next week lined up for sure. Listen, man, I appreciate you.
One thing, St. James, before you go, you just said something about they were practicing over in other countries how to manipulate people through what they call propaganda. Am I right? Yeah. It makes me think that if they're able to do it outside America, what will stop them do it over here? And not only do it over here, because it's like
yeah, they've been doing it, but that's the difference.
Yeah,
they've been doing it so long that we equate their propaganda with objective facts, which is why it's so hard to know the difference. This is a great example of this is if we're sicker in America, we got all this money, we got all this opportunity, we have all this freedom of movement, we got all these options, but we're sicker. We have more issues with our food and our water and what's in our air supply. We're unhealthier. And in real time, we see other countries banning some of the things that's allowed in our stuff. But you've been convinced that the experts here, whatever they say is the truth. But then you look at the products side by side and look at the ingredients that's in their food that's allowed in their country versus in our diets here. That should be a sign of all the other industries is doing the same thing. Where the thing that's being told to you, this is the thing you trust, this is the thing you believe in, this is in China. They actually have in their curriculums for their high school students where they show how propaganda works in America. They actually, I saw the classes, they show how the news and the news cycle and how things are framed and covered is strictly propaganda.
Wow. And we don't get that over here. We get peer propaganda and we get dumbed down.
Yeah.
Well,
so we don't even know. So we don't know that almost all of our news platforms are actually under entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not actual news. So as a result, this is why in your mind, you can think like, oh, they would never lie to us, or they can't lie to us. Why can't they? Why wouldn't they? Especially if it's to protect themselves or ingratiate themselves with a particular one side or the other side of the political party. Obviously, if I know future times of sit downs with the next people that's running on certain side of the political aisle for presidential candidates that's running will sit down with me for an interview. How hard are those interviews you think I'm going to give them? You don't think I'm going to give those questions in advance? You don't think any questions they don't want won't be on it?
Oh yeah.
Right. And if they sat down with me and the other person that's running against them didn't sit down with me, how am I going to cover the other person? You know, so this what we realize, man, is they're all in on it. They're all in on it. And the Super Bowl's a cover, basketball's a cover, sports is a cover, Hollywood's a cover. And like just the guy said, the veil is quickly falling. And I think more and more people are quickly starting to wake up, but I don't think enough of us are waking up as soon as we can, because when stuff like this happens, you see that we get distracted and we're starting to fall for it all over again.
Well, you think about
Let me hop in real quick, buddy. Real quick before you leave, Chaos. So some of that stuff was actually illegal for politicians to knowingly lie to you. Now, what they doing right now, there's somebody named Brandon Pritchard, like Richard, but with a P. Now, this dude is actively looking to go against that and say politicians should be able to knowingly lie to you in political ads. He says it's against their First Amendment right to not be able to lie. But lies come with a certain amount of weight, you know what I mean? And it actually is illegal in certain standpoints. America's built on this framework that allows people to step in and outside of it at will if they actually know the rules of the game very well. You know what I mean? So that's how they get away with that.
Yeah, and since you mentioned this, Jeff, it makes sense now why they're relooking at the 1996 Digital Internet Act now to really start putting more pressure, even with here with Discord and all. So these are things that flow around and say, well, if they really want to push back, they could. Because if they had to keep looking at every 10 years, they tell it's going to come to a point if they're going to say we're going to do away with it. It's gonna be hard for most people to wake up now if they're not wake up now.
What's going to happen is, for those that are unaware of the Discord change, is if more and more crackdowns happen on social media where they mandate a certain type of verification, effectively they can basically ensue consequences for you having an opinion they don't want you post on social media. Now if you can't verify who you are, you can't speak publicly on these platforms. That's the goal.
That's the goal.
That's the goal. That's what they want. And it's again how they're going to frame it. So for everybody that doesn't know, the Smith-Mundt Act of 1948, formerly the United States Information and Educational Exchange Act of 1948, was a U.S. federal law that authorized the Department of State to produce and disseminate information materials intended for foreign audiences to promote a better understanding of the United States, its culture, and its policies. Historically, the act functioned as a firewall, preventing the U.S. government from disseminating this produced content within the United States, driven by the fears of the government propagandizing its own citizens. In 2013, the Smith-Mundt Modernization Act of 2012, which took effect in 2013, amended the 1948 law, effectively repealing the ban on domestic dissemination. This allowed content produced by foreign audiences to be available in the U.S. upon request. So, in a nutshell, even before Donald Trump came into the picture, when that act was amended, and the firewall that was put in place for our own government to not propagandize our own citizens, why would they have changed that in 2012, 2013? For no reason? Or because they planned on doing it? So when you say, well, how would the government do it? They use the news.
They use your media.
They use the media. They work or threatening social media companies. Did you not hear the head of Facebook 2 years ago or a year ago state what happened in 2020 with the 2021, 2022 with the Biden?
When he went to Congress and he explained himself,
and
he was there because they pressured him to come to Congress and say you need to do this, that.
You need to deplatform licensed credential professionals that's speaking out against what we're trying to push. You need to say that they're fake news. You need to say that they're false information. You got to take them. Now y'all getting it?
Yep. I hope y'all following this now, guys. That makes a lot of sense. Since 2012. That's 2012 to 2020. That's a period of 8 years. So we were right on the mark.
One day, man, one day I'm gonna do an episode just on propaganda so that people can know more and more how like when you get to it, now you'll understand. When you see a major trend happening in all the Netflix shows, and now they're kind of pushing a particular sexuality, or if they're pushing a particular viewpoint, it's not organic. Hell, half these protests ain't organic. Now you start to see and understand you're being told and taught how to think and feel about these topics versus deciding for yourself if you even should care about this or this is even relevant or even good or true. So listen, man, I appreciate.
Edward Bernays was one of those guys that helped wrote a book on that back almost a century ago. And when I was looking research, I was wondering where these people get. Oh, they got this from one black man, and lo and behold, 5 years later, there was a whole book on propaganda.
So listen,
man,
I'm gonna look it up. And for those who are interested in learning more about like communism or even rational fascism. This is a particular book I plan on working on in the very near future by Mr. Michael Peretti, who recently passed. He was pro-communism. And I'm always going to argue that it's hard for you to know what you're talking about, and it's hard for you to critique it if you don't know how the people who support the ideology think and what they think about it. You got to know their strengths, you got to know their weaknesses. And if you want to grow, you actually got to read. You actually got to research. And so I hope, you know, again, man, I hope everybody that watched this enjoyed the conversation.
Can I leave you guys with something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I believe that a lot of this stuff is so inorganic. I honestly believe like the like you guys were saying, they also withhold patents. So I honestly believe that GLP-1s and all of that weight loss stuff probably been around since Eddie Murphy was showing us that in The Nutty Professor and before. But in the 90s, you would have had you wouldn't have an audience for it.
Yeah.
So the need for it needs to be manufactured. And that happens with so much stuff, like y'all was just saying with 2012 and all the rest of that. Like the need for a lot of that stuff need to be manufactured. I have this thing, but I have nobody that'll take it. So much of it is just just like you said, it's not
organic, man. It's propped up. We're told what to protest about. We're told what to feel offended by. We're told how to feel. We're told what to accept. We're told what we're now supposed to think is the greatest performance ever. Like now we're being told that if we don't like or want or accept something, that we're the worst thing ever.
Yeah, just like we were told for years that fat was healthy, even though we all could see that it's not.
Yes.
That's what they told us. Tess Holiday, big as the couch. They put her on the front of magazines.
Yeah, man. So I'm excited because like these conversations, and I think many, many more to come, more and more people are waking up. And I just hope that we wake up in time to be able to do something about the direction of what's happening to our culture and society for sure. But I appreciate you fellas, man. So have a good night, and I'm gonna wrap things up.
Go eat now, man. You did your job, man. 3 hours in, man. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh shit. Yeah. Thanks, fellas.
I duck no smoke. Chaos, what up? Put your camera on.
Oh well, actually, I'm actually. If you want me to go down, I'll go back down. Want me to go? I like it.
What's up?
Yes. Good. Morning, Mr. Anderson. My question, because Michael Jackson movie just came out a week ago, and it looks like it's making plenty of money.
Yes.
The word on the street is they have not really gone too much in depth in regards to the issue with MTV. Is there some reason for that? Because if they're talking about a biopic, a new one, using I think the guy's nephew.
Yeah,
and
Jabbar Jackson.
Yes. Why they left out the MTV importance that really perpetuate? Oh, they didn't leave it out?
They didn't leave it out, not at all. You have to understand, right? And let me break this down. You would have to have 6 2-hour movies to do Michael Jackson's life any type of justice.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
The other part of that is because of Janet Jackson, Randy Jackson, and Diana Ross deciding that they didn't want to be depicted in the movie for some odd reason. We have an Earth 2 version of Michael Jackson, which is why they had to, they spent well over $15 million to do reshoots on the third act because everything there's a part where Jafar Jackson like is dressed up like the Scarecrow and the Wiz, like all that gone. Cat Graham was cast as Diana Ross, all those scenes shot, gone. That's why there's so much LaToya and Mike and not a whole lot of Janet and Mike. You don't see Randy and Mike. They're not even mentioned anywhere in there as if they don't even exist. Nobody even acknowledges that they're there. So they had to go back and do all of these reshoots to get that stuff off because originally the movie was about 3.5 hours or something along those lines, according to whatever sources you want to believe, Hollywood Reporter, whatever the case. So what winds up happening is they had to do all of these reshoots. And even with that, Mike Myers plays the head of Epic Records, and Michael goes in there with Bronca, who was his attorney at the time, and he says, listen, there's one thing that we want, and that is MTV heavy rotation, because it's a big part of how we're going to market this record. The record is selling. At this point, it'd been out for a while, but it wasn't losing any steam yet. Like Billie Jean was still the lead single, but it already sold 25 million records. I need you to think about that in terms of there's no internet.
Yep.
There's no tweets. There's no 24-hour news cycle. Most people don't have cable. Cable is a luxury, but it's starting to grow. And as it grows and expands, MTV had one black VJ, and that was it. David Bowie had campaigned. There's a whole lot of people who campaign, but what winds up happening is Michael says, listen,
You know, like I really need to make this happen. The same way that he understood, like people don't understand. Thriller is the greatest selling album
Best
of all
album of
time
all time. All time. Yeah.
because it's
It's so
because
more
it
than
was
Beatles or the
yeah,
Elvis. Yeah.
everybody. The thing of it is that album was Michael's revenge record because he only got 1 Grammy for Off the Wall, and Off the Wall was better than the nonsense that did win. So he said he said I'm going to make a record that's completely undeniable. In order for that to happen, you got to have MTV. And so the head of Epic Records, played by Mike Myers, calls, and this actually happened. He calls. He said, "Listen, ain't gonna be no Cyndi Lauper, ain't gonna be none of my other artists ever on MTV if you don't put Billie Jean on in the next 10 minutes in heavy rotation." So yeah, no, they didn't gloss over it. And originally, according to sources, the movie. Have you seen the Michael Jackson movie yet?
No, I'm only mentioned. I'm going to watch because I'm hearing now. I had to watch it personally. That's why I want to watch nobody's reviews until I see it personally. So to know that there's certain things that they had to take out because either laws or some people don't want to be depicted on it. I'm hoping when they come out with the uncut version, maybe on some other thing, that they'll reveal the extra hour. I'm hoping. We don't know.
They're not going to do it. They're not. They should, but they can't. Because all you need is a lawsuit from Diana Ross. All you need is a lawsuit from billionaire Janet Jackson. All you need is a lawsuit from her manager / brother Randy Jackson. No, they're not going to even risk that.
Randy want to sue them. I suppose Randy of all people, Randy, you don't want to be in there.
Let me explain this in terms that nobody wants to talk about. The reason Randy Jackson most likely does not want to be in the movie is because number one, it's Jermaine's project, right? And also the estate's project. Do you understand the tumultuous history between Randy Jackson and Jermaine Jackson?
Nope, not every Jackson. I know. I heard about with Latoya what she did to Michael back in the 2000s. That
but that was because her husband threatened her existence, allegedly, supposedly, for entertainment purposes only on Earth too. With this particular situation, Randy Jackson was married to a woman. They had 2 children. They broke up. Jermaine secretly married that woman, and he had 2 children. One of those children being Jafar Jackson, that went on to play Michael.
Oh, damn!
I mean, just let that sink in. So you have 4 kids that have the same mother, 2 different fathers, and the fathers are brothers. So basically, you've got brother cousins and sister cousins.
That's trifling. I think.
No. Trifling is like my wife is a twin, and I remember in college, like some dude was trying to holler at my sister-in-law, and then my sister-in-law like, no, I'm not interested, and then he tried to go holler at my wife because they're identical twins. That's trifling. Smashing your brother's wife, marrying her clandestinely, and then producing children is diabolical.
Wow. He did that? Oh, wow. I bet you they were fighting.
Yeah, I bet so. Not to mention when Jermaine don't get his way, because even Joe Jackson said, I think Jermaine is a better singer, but he can't put it all together like Mike. He can't dance with that guitar. It's just a different level. And that has always bothered Mike, because you can have your don't take it personal. It ain't no Thriller. It ain't no Human Nature. It ain't no Lady in My Life. It ain't no Jam. It ain't no Remember the Time. Ain't nobody coming to see you, man. So for him to be the main influence behind a Michael Jackson biopic, go look up a song called Word to the Bad.
Okay.
Go look that up. You will see how disgusting what Jermaine said about his brother was. And when he got called to the carpet on it, he said, well, he wouldn't return my calls. Jermaine is diabolical. And I think that he did this and I'm not trying to be funny. I think out of all of the next generation of Jacksons, Jafar is arguably the most talented, the closest thing to Michael we're going to get. And I said that way before he was cast to be Michael Jackson. He sounds like Mike. He moves like Mike. He's got there's something about Jafar where he's not impersonating Michael Jackson. He literally is embodying him. I will give credit where credit is due. I think Jafar Jackson should get an Oscar. I think Coleman Domingo should get an Oscar. But I think that movie is going to cause a lot more problems than even we realize at this point. But I could be wrong. But I love my brother, right? I miss my brother. I will kill you in the middle of Times Square to get 5 minutes more with my brother. I could never imagine. And my brother has had beautiful women, you know, in his life. I never, like, no. When he broke up with somebody, I never was like, oh, let me get up in that. That's weird.
That's weird.
It's weird. It's weird as a brother, and it's weird as the woman that decided that she was just going to, like, ew. Like, I don't really have, and I consider myself an eloquent orator. I've written 23 books, but all I can come up with is, ew. It's strange. It's weird. It is. Wait. Hell. Like, it's weird, bro. But the thing of it is, people want the mess, but I want to bring this point home before I forget. The original version of the movie was going to start at the raids of Neverland and all that other crazy stuff, and it was going to end there. But because everything had, like, it's insane. Yeah, no, it's just weird.
I'm not sure what the race of the woman that
she's not foundational. I don't know what she is. Alejandra something or other. I could be wrong.
So she's more Latina or maybe Indian, some type.
Yeah. Okay. She's definitely Latina. Don't do that to the Indians. The Indians got enough on them right now. Look, on my album, I got a track called Hindu Hennessy, and I got Curry and the Bando. What we're not, the Indians are catching enough hell from me. They don't need to catch a stray behind Jermaine. But look up Word to the Bad. I want everybody to look up that. But yeah, man, I hope that answers your question. I think the Michael Jackson biopic is phenomenal for what it is. And there's only so much you can do when your hands are tied. It's like when they made that Aaliyah movie for Lifetime. They didn't have rights to Aaliyah songs. They had all that because the family, and when I say the family, the majority of the family, 2/3 of his children, and you know, the estate wanted this movie to happen. Antoine Fuqua, who directed Training Day, phenomenal director. But it could have been so much better. It could have been so much better. But I still 9.5 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
9.5 out of 10. And see it on the biggest screen you can see it on.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
She's Iranian. Infamous just says she's Iranian.
Iranian. Okay. All right. Yeah, well, there might have pictures of her, but like I said, I will have to go and watch for myself. I didn't want to listen to people's take. All I know is that it was making numbers, which it's supposed to. But I always want to know if it's going to be enough of the because when you do these biopics, you want to be as accurate as possible without any issues that I didn't know these come to play. But when you put some on a screen for the whole world to see, people going to believe what they see. Then I go by what was left out from his music or anything. If they go back 10,
no, they have all the
later.
music. They have all the music. I also want you to understand that when somebody does my life story, when I'm dead and gone, somebody does my life story, and I guarantee you they will. Hopefully they'll get somebody foundational to play me. If they get somebody who's not foundational to pay me, I want y'all to buy tickets and piss on them. But the point of it is, I think that there's always going to be a level of embellishment because every conversation is not going to be verbatim. Every scene is going to be dramatized because it's entertainment. Because it's certain things are just there to be there. Like, for example, David Ruffin never told Otis Williams, "Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis." That was an ad lib from Leon, and they just kept it in. That's nowhere in Otis's book. That's nothing. It never happened. But
it's probably a catchphrase, like this catchy.
It's a catchphrase. But here's the thing: they ain't but one original Temptation left, and it's Otis. So now I guess everybody is coming to see him. But the point of it is that's how popular it was. I'm one of the last people to interview Ike Turner before he died. And
really? Do you have it up, or is it something? Or
no, this is I don't even have rights to it because it was during when I was doing Ricky Smiley's show.
Damn, I'm sure Ike Turner died again. What year he died? Was it 2000? Or was it like
2000 and like 2008, 2009, something like that. And so we asked him, did he actually make Anime eat the cake? He said, let me tell y'all something. No, hold up, hold up, no, wait, no, hold up, no, wait, now. See, first of all, y'all gotta understand that right there, no, that's some movie magic. Okay, that's some BS. That's some bull. Be like, Mr. Turner, you can't say this is morning radio. You can't say bull. You got. But it's some BS. I ain't never made anime eat no damn cake. What I did was I gave gave him my name. No. Now see that right there? No. That was Larry Fishburne. That was Larry Fishburne. I didn't do that. Listen, it wasn't for me. Wouldn't be no damn rock and roll. Sit up here and we all be talking about no damn Tina Turner. What the hell do y'all like? Just listen. And we was like, yes, sir. You're right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's cool. Because it was so funny. Like you just did not get in the way at a moment. You just let him ramble, bro. But what I'm telling you is that's entertaining. Even Vanessa Bell Calloway, when Lawrence Fishburne smacked her, he put some stank on it.
Bro, did you hear that there was something floating around that when Lawrence Fishburne did that movie, he had to reflect on himself, on the outcomes of his children, that he felt he was an abuser in actual life?
Yeah, absolutely. And then when you look at
I know
Montana
because
Fishburne,
you took a role and you played a role pretty decent. I know you were actually in life were abused like that, and it make you go back.
yeah.
You
I
know?
mean, you got to look at his daughter Montana Fishburne doing a corn with Brian Pumper. So it's crazy.
You think that could have been out of more of his control in regards to the outcome of his daughter, or if he was more involved, or that was just set in stone?
I'm going to say this as a father of daughters.
Mm-hmm.
I'm real big on that passage in the Bible that says, train a child in the way that they should be, and when they become an adult, they do not depart from it. If your child, according to Chris Rock, and I wholeheartedly agree, if your child winds up on the pole, you messed up. The other part of that is every parent, and this is my personal opinion, I could be wrong, every parent is going to mess their child up psychologically. My father and mother messed me up psychologically. My wife's father and mother messed her up psychologically. I'm pretty sure your father and mother messed you up psychologically, whether you realize it or not. As a father of daughters, there's only two places your daughters are going to wind up. They're either going to wind up on the pole or they're going to wind up on the couch. I'm the type of Negro where I'm aiming for the couch. That's it. I would rather you be mad at me and work it out with your therapist than be mad at me and work it out with clear heels and clappers. That's just, but what do I know?
Okay.
But,
Thank you for letting me out. I'm probably gonna watch. I'm gonna watch the movie. One last question, and
not the casting couch. My kid ain't no actor, but she directs films. But nice try. Get your ass out of here. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you for answering. My last question, because I just saw this a month and a half ago when I watched the last movie in theaters. I think it was Mario. There's a movie coming out with what's his name, Vivica Fox part in it, and it looked like it's a depiction of, I guess the mother is the guy and is telling her daughters to go and delete their father. I don't know if you see that.
Oh yeah. I saw the trailer for that when I went to see the Michael Jackson movie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw it one in Mario when they were doing the Mario, like a trailer, upcoming movie, and it's a black woman that's directed. They said that this one is gonna be the one that's gonna win some Grammys to outshine Sinners. Yeah, it's Oscars. Yeah, Oscars. Yeah, sorry, Oscar to outshine Sinners, and said that this might take home an Oscar. And I'm looking at, I saw it first time, and I'm thinking, interesting. So now they're promoting an actual movie, having two black women, their mother, right, and your daughters, and it seemed to me, so you're advocating with the assistance of a black director. I'm not sure how she's been directing to put out this movie, which you see a lot of women responding on social media that they're going to see their daughters go out there, find their father, and delete their father. And I'm thinking, what is the psychological ramifications of this? Just like, and because most, that's.
Yeah, let me answer that by saying this. Whenever we have a cultural phenomenon that involves masculine, strong black men, what's it, Chaos?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, whenever you have a phenomenon that involves masculine, strong black men, what winds up happening is they find a way to cut that off as quickly as humanly possible. So in the case of Black Panther, cultural phenomenon, because Black people, regardless of where they were throughout the diaspora, Black men, especially in America, pride. Because you had somebody who was smarter and richer than Tony Stark. You had somebody who was about that life. You had somebody that was going to avenge his father by any means necessary, even if it meant causing an international incident in order to do so. Then you have a situation where you saw how the Tethers, the Wakandans, sat back and watched America and the people that they say they love so much suffer when they got all the technology and all the resources, so on and so forth. And then when Killmonger, whose mother was a foundational Black American, wound up being left there and only left there with his father's body while his mother passed in prison, because his mother, the foundational Black American, when you see that scene where Sterling K. Brown's character Njobu was trying to break his wife out, that's what they were doing. That's what they were planning with a younger version of Forrest Whitaker's character, James, right? So what winds up happening is you have this kid who now identifies primarily as a foundational Black American, even though his father is Wakandan. You know, he only knew his father until he was 12 because his uncle unalived his father and then left him there. So what happens is your comeuppance happens. And so the idea of Killmonger being painted a villain, he wasn't a villain. He's arguably the greatest big bad since Thanos, because Killmonger was like, hey, dog, I'm coming to get all of this. And you know what? It's Black people's time. Y'all claim y'all Africans, so ain't all people y'all people? How come y'all left me there? Even when Chadwick Boseman got his powers back and he went to the ancestral plane, what did he say? You were wrong. You should not have left the boy there. But you know what? They didn't want no foundational Black Americans seeing all this stuff and possibly, shutting it down and making sure that Black people throughout the diaspora, because we so damn Pan-African, got the resources from that. You should have brought the boy home. Notice, didn't no warships from Wakanda come for Black people. They watched slavery happen. Now, I'm saying all that to say, when Tariq Nasheed dropped Hidden Colors, all of a sudden you see this thing with Kevin Costner and Taraji P. Henson, called Hidden Figures. So that when you go Googling hidden in Black, all of a sudden you see Hidden Figures. They do this to reset. Sinners in and of itself, yet another Michael B. Jordan project, yet another Ryan Coogler project, a project that shows strong foundational Black American men taking their money, getting their money and taking money from the dominant society and turning it into Black dollars and turning it into a situation where they can build their own. And they not only wanted to get the building, but they wanted to get the land. So now what they want to do, what Hollywood will do is correct itself. And it will correct itself. I'm using finger quotes here. It will correct itself by saying, what we ain't going to do is let folks think that Black men are going to be leaders, that Black men are going to be strong, that Black men are going to step up and stand out. So that's what's happening here. That's why they're preempting this by saying, oh, it's going to get all this Oscar buzz, this, that, and the third. Vivica Fox is one of the nicest women I have ever met. My wife's favorite Black actress is Vivica Fox. Vivica Fox allowed me to have a meet and greet with my wife and her, and like it blew her mind. I got nothing against Vivica Fox. I think she is phenomenal. I think, and I told her this. I said, I really want a Kill Bill situation where it's like Kill the Bride, like that needs to happen. She said, well, we shot some stuff, but we wanted to wait till the young lady got older. F that now. She's older, because that was 17 years ago. I had a conversation with Vivica. Let's get Zendaya in that role. Let's get Zendaya in the role.
You mean Kill Bill Part 2? When it came out in 2007?
Kill Bill 3, which would be Kill the Bride.
When the second one came out, was it 2007, 2006?
It came out 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. Yeah.
Well, the guy, I think who Quentin Tarantino, who was the director. That was the rumor that he should have been automatically rolling out that now, because that's now 20 years ago. And usually that girl, I don't know how old it was. I don't know, she was like 8 or 9. She'd probably be close to 30 now. If they release that now, it's time for that to come out.
But just for star power's sake, put Zendaya in the role, because Zendaya looks like that girl. And let's put some swordplay behind Zendaya, because Zendaya needs some action. I'm tired of her just being the pretty girl. Like, if you look at what she does in Euphoria, my daughter watches Euphoria. I like Zendaya for what she is, but I think it would be a dope movie. This right here is some of the things that I think happen, and what has happened over time is that Vivica does what a lot of people do. You get with a guy, you don't realize the potential of the guy. You think that you're gonna last forever being as fine as hell, and the wall is undefeated. That's why she got on Fox Soul talking ill about Kevin Samuels, celebrating his untimely passing and all that type of stuff. So it does not surprise me that she is the star of a misandrist black man campaign. But yeah, and even in Dune, Zendaya is great. Absolutely, good point, Stumia. But that's what's happening.
Yeah, you know, I wouldn't even think about the
this is Hollywood.
it slipped my mind. It slipped my mind about that movie, and that movie is now 20 years old. Eventually, you know, they will release it. You know, one thing with Vivica, because she has never won an Oscar, I think that's what I say, right?
She needs one.
They might give it to her if this comes out. You know, I think it's only respect. I ain't gonna watch, but I would say in regards to Hollywood and what she has done, they'll just give it to her just as say, okay, play this role, be this Miss Andrews, like you said, Dave, and talk bad about the black man, and he will give you this Oscar. And you know that's how it works sometimes. They'll say black man is the bad guy to a lot of people. And you know, my good friend of mine, we had conversations with this. I'm gonna tell you a secret. Everything they do is a mating guard for other men, you know, because they know the potential of black men. So they do these demonic things, sending propaganda, all this stupidness. It's a form of mate guarding, you know. It is what it is, you know. And I tell black men, don't take it as any personal, you know. It is business. You get me?
Yeah.
They demonize you for not only profit, but to keep you away from other groups of women if you choose to. You get me? And really, truly, that doesn't really work now, because women love, you know, the attraction, love bad people. You know, they like that. They like what they like. You know what I'm saying? You could demonize a man. Matter of fact, what they're doing is kind of backwards. Because now demonize him, it draws more great attraction. Yes, which, you know, if they and they said these people are very intelligent. They're not really intelligent, Dave. They're not really intelligent, especially the man. You know what I'm saying? And for those women that, you know, have a problem with black men, anyway, you already made your decision already. So you watch that movie, you already have a misinterest towards black men anyway. So
misandry, it goes unchecked, but this is what Hollywood does. Hollywood does not. The only type of black men Hollywood likes, with very few exceptions,
weirdo dude. You should know I'm talking about the weirdo dudes, and yeah.
But here's the irony, and this is the point I wanted to bring up to you, right? When okay, so what was that movie? Okay, so the movie that Vivica is doing stars this person, and there's another movie that now I gotta look it up. Hold on, y'all are pissing me off because the middle age is kicking in, and I gotta find it. No, this is not it. Let's go here. Bear with me, y'all. This is important. Oh, Black Panther. Who played Killmonger's father? Do you remember?
Damn, I gotta go back. It was
Sterling K. Brown. Sterling K. Brown played Killmonger's father, right? In Black Panther. Stay with me. Do you know who the father is in this Vivica Fox movie?
Is it Sterling K. Brown?
It's Sterling K. Brown.
What the fuck?
They're sending you a message whether you're aware of it or not. Because if we can kill Killmonger's daddy off, we see what happens with father absence. You become evil. You become a killer. We call you Killmonger instead of calling you Njobu. I'm sorry, Ndjaka. Even though the character in the comics is called Killmonger more than he's called Ndjaka. Just like M'Baku is not called M'Baku. They call him Man-Ape, but Man-Ape doesn't really play well in this woke role. Anyway, and anyhow, we got some folks back here, man. Thank you for being up here, Chaos, man. I want to get to these folks
okay. Thank you. And they can respond back to my email when I sent it. And, you know what I'm saying? I will look at getting one of your albums. I know you put out some music I heard, especially the Tether one. That one was nice.
Tear the mouth, tear the mouth.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
All right, take care.
Thank you, man.
Bring someone else. Wave the camera when you fixed, okay? And then I'm gonna bring it up. All right, what's up, Chaos?
What's good? Does my vibe sound good? I'm on the road. I was gonna sit back until I get to a quiet spot, but it sounds bad. Let me know now. before I speak?
No, you sound pretty good.
All right, excellent. You know, Lucky and the gentleman, how you doing, sir? I'm not sure why our committee still give these people that are of that nature, you know what I mean, dictating about how this community is functioning. And they are byproducts of the functionality. To even go as far as, okay, you're telling black women, stay away from a black man that's straight. Okay. So, but obviously, if she's not dealing with this black man, what makes sense? You're in the picture. Are you trying to deal with straight black men? Because there's evidence that these people that are that behavior don't deal with the same people in their own sex group.
Yeah.
They want. So, what's the deal? And I want women to understand this is a game being played here. When you hear these type of people talking about who you should be around, who you should stay away from, and I'll say you have no business speaking because you had to get your own mentality in order. The byproduct, your behavior is the thing that causes not only destruction yourself, but anything of continuing of life. So I don't give you much airwave. And I was trying to find that video. It's good for you mentioned, yeah, people talk about this because this is making its rounds. And I'm looking at this dude and looking at most of them that talk about this, that they're talking foolishness, you know. Because when we talk about intimate partner violence, it's bi-directional. But go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. No,
yeah,
I think that no, I think it was a delay. I thought you kind of probably cut out. Yeah, so that's the thing where I noticed that. Let me mute you real quick. I noticed where I feel like those men always openly say they like straight men or they like down low men. So to me, it was just very interesting to start a message that says there are a lot of gay men who are saying be mean to men, do this to men to get what you want. You know what I'm saying? Or stay away from them, do all these different things. And to me, it was just like, okay, but what's gonna be left? We're not gonna have a man and you're gonna have a man. And then what does that look like if we're talking about men need to be in these homes? You know what I'm saying? So it just was a little weird in that context.
It is hella weird, in my opinion, that these people have a voice and they're telling us what people should be doing, and they're themselves not even in order themselves as I look at it overall.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring up someone else really quick. You have something to say, Ella? Or you have something to say, Ella?
No, I mean, I agree with the brother. It just, like I said, the fact that every time we bring up an argument about what a brother does positive, like I know people, like the fact that people could pull up data to prove why a black man is wrong. They never can prove why he's right. And it's like, that's a mindset. That's why when it comes to like racism, when it comes to feminism, you can't legislate a mentality. You could put laws in all day, but a person's mind, as a man thinketh, so is he. There's a spirit in our women that wants to prove to the world that we are an albatross around their neck. It's just, I mean, you're different. You obviously an anomaly, but a lot of these women, their bottom line and their consensus is to prove to the world that the only man who loves them is the one they want to demonize. Because what I'm realizing is black men, the modern black woman, she's sexually compatible with black men, but mentally and spiritually, she's compatible with a European man. That's his woman in America. That's her man. They just like to have sex with us and they like us to treat. But as far as the mentality, what they submit to, it's a European.
Well, it's interesting you say that because just from looking here, a lot of women that have these same opinions are married to black men. So
they saying all of this. 82% of brothers are married to black women. So the ones they talking about obviously don't want to deal with you. The good ones obviously are married already. So the ones that are potential suitors, they don't want to deal with you in that same capacity.
Jesus. You feel weird.
All right. Can
I ask a gentleman a question? Since you said A2S are still interacting and marrying black women, do you think the black women, the ones that are that percentage, are they doing it by choice or because these other men did not want to take them in and marry them?
I mean, it's hard to prove that. I don't want to say that. I mean, I could assume something, but I don't want to do that. I think in our heart of hearts, we know we the best partners for each other. But I think there's a lot of women and a lot of men who've been hurt. But the stories and how they've been hurt is differently. Like, I think a lot of Black women, they try to bring this aggressive, masculine, mammy energy to a dominant Black male, and it doesn't go their way. So they have to find a docile white man to be with, or Spanish or whatever. But it's not because they don't like the Black man. They don't respect him, and they won't deal with him as is. There's no room for him to be the real leader of their life, because there's so many buffers between a Black man and influence his woman. She got her pastor in her brain. She got her gay friend in her brain. She got her hoe ass friends in her brain. She got her lonely ass mom in her brain. She got social media in her brain. She got society, and then she got Jesus reigning over all of that. So there's no room for him to have any influence outside of sexually and financially. But that's the smallest part of the Black man. The true essence of a Black man is knowledge and wisdom and understanding. So if you have all those slots filled already, you got to go get you somebody else, baby. Yeah.
The reason why
you got a channel.
Wait, hold on, Chaos, because you in the car and it sound raggedy. Hold on. I hear y'all, but I'm not gonna sit up here and act like y'all are these hurt birdies with no voice, because we could pop shit and say, oh, Meg be very loud, but when it comes to these men households, why are they wives on saying these about Black men still while being married to them? So it's not really, y'all know I've been saying this since I've been online. It's not, there is some accountability when it comes to your own voice. You know what I'm saying? So if a homosexual can get online, listen to me, if a homosexual can get online and say Black men are the cancer to this community, the same way Black men was loud about Meg Thee Stallion, they should be fucking loud on his ass about how he's wrong. I think that's the problem here, because it's so easy to kind of hide behind sometimes. I'm being, I got to be fair, and I can hear it out, but it's like a grown man could sometimes be in a little boy mindset, thinking somebody needs to come do something before they do something. So I would like to see in a day-to-day, the same way they were loud about Meg Thee Stallion, why aren't men using their platforms to be very loud about other things to correct other narratives in a time where we do have more media?
They are. There's men. That's the thing. It's men talking about all of this. It's just that the men that catch y'all eye are the most basic, goofy niggas who are loud. There's a T. Hassan Johnson, right? Hold on. There's a T. Hassan Johnson on YouTube right now. He talks about all these things all the time. He don't just deal with the dating game. He deals, like I keep telling y'all, he deals with misandry in corporate America and in academia. And academia is the place where a lot of these gender fluid conversations that's displacing men are happening. And he talks about that, but he's not loud. He doesn't have the
book. You want me to start name dropping podcasts?
I'm just
saying.
Know
I will. Y'all know I will, because
but do it. But what I'm saying is these
one man. And I know about 10 different dudes with podcasts that ain't said nothing.
I'm just saying the ones that Black women are tuned into are not, but the ones that Black men are tuned into are. See, we're not listening to gay men. Y'all are. So we don't even know they exist until y'all bring them to our radar. We don't care what.
This is true. This is true.
Y'all do.
So in this, I seen fantastic comment on this. He's a straight Black man. And I seen Media Man been correcting this. He's a straight Black man as far as in this. Certain ones, the other person you said, I seen this. However, my point that I'm making is, whether it's the TikTokers, whether it's the Instagram green screeners, whether it's the Tonight's Conversations, whether it's the Joe Budden podcasts, whether it's the Anton Daniels, whether it's the Community, any ones we can name where there are Black men that hold such a very large opinion when it comes to culture of where a Meg Thee Stallion is, can hold the same strong opinions when you see the same Black women that watch Meg Thee Stallion. Y'all don't listen to Meg Thee Stallion either, but y'all know what we look at enough to know that we hang out with gay men. So what I'm saying is, if a gay man said that, this is the same audience of women that will watch him, that will watch a Meg Thee Stallion. So the same way they can comment on a Meg Thee Stallion, even though they don't listen to her music, you can comment on a homosexual man that is also something that black women listen to that y'all are saying that is a problem. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to attack.
I get what you're
I'm
saying.
just making a point here that
But
it
them
just seems like
shows
we're
you
not really
named,
loud.
but those shows you named are pop culture shows that don't have the substance of these conversations. So why expect it now? That's for one. For two, if anybody has ever coddled the gay male from critique of black men, is black women.
Okay.
He's right. He's right.
So
I
us
ain't gonna
talking to him
deny.
is irrelevant. You talk to him. That's your friend. That ain't our friend.
Correct.
And one thing, Lucky.
Hold on, because I don't want the conversation. What we're doing is having a regular conversation. I don't want it to seem like, and this is why it gets interesting on my channel, because then if I say something where women have to be accountable in this spot, it sounds like I'm pick me. If I say something where men have to be accountable in this spot, it may come across like, oh, see what I'm saying? Not saying you're doing that. I'm speaking to the audience of people who may watch it. So I'm just making sure that we kind of, bridge the gap. I get what you're saying here, but the problem is now, how do we move forward? Because you do your job as being on your Instagram to bring light to stuff. Like, I didn't even know that there were black women on the back chat trying to get black men deleted. You see what I'm saying? That's something that I feel like should be a large conversation just across the board. I'm just saying, why do men constantly, even the men that get on these podcasts in this microphone, be very loud to women like a Meg they can't get, but in their household, their wives hold the same opinion? That's something to say about that man, not her, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But that shows you the slim pickings of men, that even the men that are married, they got to marry something like that. That's why the dude who's single and know how to move, he winning right now. Because most dudes that's married have been captured by a woman. He ain't running shit. She running that shit. Because most women, the only women that's willing to be married are the only women, a lot of, now I ain't gonna say the only, but most women that are married today only are married to men who are willing to allow them to run the show. They're only willing to marry a bitch ass nigga.
To be free agents.
Man don't
So a
necessarily
husband, would you say a man who's a husband is typically a BAN?
I ain't gonna say a bitch ass nigga. I ain't gonna say that. But most dudes who are married today are married to a woman that they're not that much attracted to, and a woman that is not that doesn't really allow them to be a man. Because there's no way you could be in a fulfilling, this go to men and women. There's no way you can be in a fulfilling relationship with someone you're attracted to and be on the internet 10, 20 times a day. It's impossible. But for whom that concerned, put them shoes on and rock them shits. I'm talking to you.
I want to know if the ladies agree, or just whoever would agree with that. Y'all leave y'all comments of what y'all opinions is on that. I don't know, but Chaos, what were you trying to say? I'm sorry, before I bring up
To the brother, I'm not sure if you have a social media presence or YouTube. If you, I don't know if it's in the chat room. Yeah, I probably will examine and follow you the more. If anybody can put in chat room, I appreciate it. I gotta do my research.
Yeah, that's my name right there. Just type that in on Instagram and on.
Okay. Oh, it's Instagram. Yeah, because one thing you brought up interesting with you brought up the Betty Shabazz. That I gotta look into because I didn't really think of that. Because a lot of people talk about
what? Say that again, brother.
Betty Shabazz. I didn't know Betty Shabazz had committed infidelity. That was some new information to me, so I had to look at that. That one I was
most slave plantation was ran by black women over white men and black men.
I just want to say I stand on everything I've been saying. Cheating is never grounds for breaking up a foundation. Just in my, if there's things tied up, depending on the situation, I'm gonna just say that, depending on the situation, to me, because I'd rather have the things that come with the person than, like I said, that one night he had on her face, if it's like that. But that's just me and how I think, but thank you, Chaos. I do want to bring up Dev at the
No, bring your ass up here because I'm tired of this cowardly bullshit. Every day when they come up on somebody, they come up here and do this shit every day. They come up here every day. See, I've told people this shit all the time.
right now. Talk to me, nigga. What the fuck is you talking about?
Who the fuck are you?
Yo, you retarded? You slow? I said 443 BZ.
Okay, it's
B-E-E-B.
443. First of all,
Yeah,
we're gonna be
nigga, you can
respectful, little
count.
nigga.
Holy fucking shit. You can
First of
count.
all, shut the hell up because nobody wants to hear you. You're either gonna be respectful of my shit or you're gonna stay muted. You wanna be a troll on somebody else's shit, you dumbass. Look, first of all, I don't come to your job and knock the dicks out of your mouth. Okay? So you're gonna be respectful here.
Don't disrespect me like that, you homosexual.
No, shut up. Once again, I don't knock the dicks out of your mouth. Be respectful.
Ayo, continue what you gotta say.
Be respectful. Or I'm gonna just block you.
This little nigga.
Listen, first of all, don't call somebody a little nigga when you haven't even went through puberty yet.
Mm-hmm.
Because nobody knows you. Nobody wants to know you. You asked me a question about life. Depends on what that person is going through in life. Every aspect of life is going to be different compared to a person who did a 5-year bid and they're trying to get their life back in order. It's not going to be the same order of life as a person about to graduate college, is it?
Are you asking me a question?
It's
like,
rhetorical, nigga. I don't need your answer.
It's not rhetorical because you say I'm disrespecting you.
No,
And then
you're
you
very
tell me to watch my
disrespectful. And you
mouth.
know,
Why don't you
nigga,
watch
calm your
mouth,
voice
little nigga?
down. Calm your voice down.
Hey, yo, you know we both in Baltimore.
Trust
you
me.
know that, right?
Yeah. And what fear do you put in my heart? Because I'm known to test a coward's heart.
Boy, you fucking.
I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing only. If you try me, you definitely will.
No,
No,
sir.
no, 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 no,
Talk to me
no,
like talk to me like I talk to
no,
you, like I talk to
no,
you.
no, 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 no. I'm gonna tell you this. Don't make threats to a person you can't carry it out with.
Calm down, bro. Calm down.
Nah.
You big for no reason. You
I'm
soft
gonna
for
tell you
all
this
the
one.
wrong reasons.
I'm gonna tell you this one. You came to my channel disrespectfully. Now you can say whatever comes out of your mouth, but you don't
Actually,
have the right to
Ron,
take the response that
I
someone
go to
gives you.
everybody's
Shut
channel.
up.
I go to
Shut up.
everybody's channel. You think you the only one?
Shut up.
You're not the only one,
Shut up.
nigga. You the little
Shut
nigga
up.
that's popping right now, dog. Stop playing
First
with
of
me,
all,
yo.
I dare you to.
Hey, yo,
I
you know
swear.
what?
I swear to the immortal God right now. If you try.
Hey, Charles, does this nigga with a Mickey Mouse voice come up trying to troll? Are you kidding
First
me?
of all, his balls didn't even drop yet.
God damn, he sounds like he's 12. Are you kidding me?
I mean, goddamn.
Where's you need some testosterone shots.
First of all, this baby.
You gotta
he's
be
like
kidding.
a reverse baby. He's like a reverse baby Huey.
Man, you know,
this
baby
nigga's
Huey
still in
had
fucking diapers.
Baby
trying
Huey
to
had the
troll.
deeper voice.
God damn, my 2-year-old great niece got a better voice than him.
God damn, I got women. You know, Toya has the deeper voice than him. Come on, man. And a lisp on top of that.
And it's that's despicable. It's despicable. You fucking Victoria's Secret wearing motherfucker.
Oh,
See, this is what happens when you got a fucking single mother baby.
If he came up, he got a manly voice, he got a deep, rough voice and stuff like that. Okay, you're actually a decent troll. But you come up with that kind of voice,
I'm not a troll. Just
you a
finish what
troll.
you gotta say. So I can say what I gotta say.
You sound like a
You
duck.
gotta say shit to me. First of all, you're not even a quarter of the man that I am. So who the fuck are you?
You kind of sound
what
like you right out
consequence are you to me, little nigga? First of all, you get this nigga. We both in Baltimore. What the fuck are you gonna do with the Taliban couldn't do in Iraq? What the fuck are you gonna do with the criminals in Baltimore couldn't do to me? Nigga, I will destroy you.
How tall are you, man?
Matter of fact, I hope you are
tall are
7
you?
feet tall because I've been known to cut down trees. I hope that you're bigger than me. So
Let
it
me know
gives
when
you
you're
an
done.
excuse.
Let me know when both of you niggas done. Let me
Shut
know
the
when
fuck
both
up.
of you niggas done because both of y'all
Well,
boyfriends.
niggas are
Yo,
gonna
let
talk.
me know when both of y'all
Well,
done.
number one, niggas are always gonna talk before
Hey, I
bitches.
said, let me know when both of
Shut
y'all
the
done.
fuck
Hey,
up.
y'all speak to a real nigga
Nigga,
one
go be
at a
my
time, bro.
dishes.
One at a time.
Where's your
Nigga,
pacifier?
shut up, bitch, because you got
One at a
soap dish
fucking
hands,
time.
nigga.
Nigga start now
You got
third
soap
nigga
dish
in this bitch.
hands, nigga.
You niggas are
pacifier?
groupie
You got
Where's your
soap
assholes.
dish hands,
pacifier?
nigga.
You niggas get
You
cream
got
pied all
soap
day
dish
long.
hands, nigga.
You sound like DuckTales, man. Like one of the little duck.
You sound like a
Nigga, you sound like Krillin from Dragon Ball. Give your old ass all time having ass and shit. You mental having ass and shit. Little
You
clown.
actually be
Hey,
good on the content, man.
Hey,
listen,
BGS.
listen.
You know what his
I'm a
voice remind me
gentleman.
of? Remember we used to
I'm not
put like
gonna allow
baseball cards in the
myself to
back
get
of the
down
fucking
to you
bike
people
on the
that
back
want
wheel.
to fuck with your shit, bro.
Hey, Charles. He be good. He be good on the Mickey Mouse show, wouldn't he?
He sounds like Mickey Mouse who got a
Make more money
contract.
off of you and your mama though.
Hey.
Yo, I got a question. Is your mother still free Friday night?
Man, you cannot come up here being a fucking troll with that kind of voice, man. Come on, nigga.
Come on, man.
Fuck all you
Come on,
niggas,
nigga.
dog.
Come on, nigga.
You
I'm not
want to know how I
All-Star
live life?
G. You don't give a dumbass. Yo.
Y'all want to know how I get more
Shut up,
bitches than
bitch.
your motherfucking granddaughter get bitches, dog? Are you serious?
You show up talking like that, man.
Nigga, I get more bitches than all of you niggas compared to get. Nigga, I swear to God, I will fuck your wife, your mama. I have all you bitches on my dick. Nigga. Dumbass
Nigga, it sounds like you don't even have a dick.
gargoyles all
First
on
of
my
all, let's
shit,
get that
nigga.
out there straight. It sounds like you got a small clip.
Hey, wait a minute. Say this for me and say suffering succotash for me real quick.
You sound like
I can say that
like Mike Tyson without the muscle.
Saying suffering succotash
See,
for me.
Nigga, you can't even
BGS.
talk. Fuck up,
This is
BGS.
the example of why Brandon Scott needs to be indicted. Because I know this goddamn nigga. You sound like you get carded. Nigga, you sound like you get carded to buy a gallon of milk. What the fuck?
It doesn't even fucking matter because I'm on this nigga Charles
Shut up,
Parker
bitch.
and shit. And if it's not for BGS and BGS sucking Kevin
If
Samuel's
I call
dick,
you a
ain't
bitch,
nobody
that's
don't know about
actually the
ain't
most
nobody
respectful
don't know
thing I
about
can say to
y'all.
you.
I don't want to hear shit out of you.
Right, of course, yeah, of
Oh
course,
my god!
of course, yeah. Hey, look, Nick, yeah,
Shut up, bitch.
right. Keep running them pussy lips.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah, nigga. Of course. Of course, what you got to say else, nigga? What you old niggas got to say now? You all time of dementia having ass nigga.
Yo,
You niggas
hey
can't even
BGS.
remember what you had for
Hey
breakfast last
BGS,
night.
this is a
Fuck out
birthday
of here,
gift.
dog.
This is an early birthday gift for me because I'm gonna refer to this nigga as Rainbow Bright. Because this nigga sounds sweeter than Georgia Peach.
I know he does.
God damn. What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Like, you just
Nigga
make
sound
it
like
out
he been
fucking
sucking on
bitch, nigga.
helium all day long. And what the fuck? I'm supposed to be
You niggas
scared
not
of you?
fucking funny, man. Y'all
Damn. What you gonna
are fucking
do?
old ass niggas on the
What you
internet
gonna
talking
do
about
when the big
bitches
rich
that
mafia
don't
run
want
out
shit
on
to do
you?
with y'all though.
Oh
Let's
my
think about it
god.
though.
Nigga, you have heart
Y'all
hair on
not
your
fucking
balls
no
yet?
young pussy. Y'all not getting that young pussy out this bitch. Y'all not fucking no bitches that's 20 years old, 23,
Nigga, why is like your throat need
24.
an oil
Y'all
change?
fucking them old ass thoughts out here. Like, I know what y'all doing, bro.
Why it sound like your throat
Y'all
need an
niggas
oil
just
change?
running around, fucking old ass
I
bitches
don't
with
fuck
clown
10-year-olds.
fucking
Shut up,
makeup
bitch.
on, yo. Stupid ass
Yo.
niggas
I
like
don't fuck
you.
10-year-olds.
Y'all are clowns.
Yo.
You're dumb as
Yo.
shit. This is
Yo.
your
I don't
income.
fuck
This
10-year-olds.
is
It is
how you make a
it is
living. You niggas are
2:03.
in your
It is
60s and you don't
2:03
have a
a.m. in
motherfucking
Baltimore
income.
City.
Y'all some
Do you
broke
know
ass
where your
clowns.
mother is?
Fuck ass niggas.
Shut
Fuck
up, bitch.
ass bitches. Nigga talk about some
Shut up,
bitches, nigga.
bitch.
It don't
Look,
matter,
look,
dog.
look,
I'm
look,
doing
look.
this for me. I'm
Look,
making this for me. You niggas
look,
are
shut
fucking
up, bitch.
clowns, dog.
Daffy Duck speaking
Shut up, bitch.
motherfucker you.
Yo,
nigga, you a bitch. Your mama a bitch. I'll probably fuck you, bitch. You ain't even got no bitches. Y'all niggas talking about what bitches do to you, weak ass niggas. You niggas weak as fuck. I've had man sucking my dick.
You
I
think
had
niggas are worried
supervisor
about
bitches
what you had?
sucking my dick.
Nigga, the only thing you had was a fucking STD shot at best.
Wet back, mud back, trash.
Shut up,
You
bitch.
niggas ain't never had the experience what I had the experience, yo. You laughing like old ass little bitches.
Hey, you sound like you're transgender, man. That's what you sound like.
Nah, he ain't tough enough.
Look at you. Look at
Oh
you.
my
Man,
God.
man, determine what the fuck I get with shit. You mad because I get more bitches?
You mad because you weren't even allowed to be gay.
Add that voice drop, okay? No, gay.
None the voice drop.
Yo, hold up, Breezy. I gotta ask you hey, Breezy, I gotta ask you an important question. Is your middle name Rosemary? Is your middle name Rosemary? Is your middle name Rosemary, my nigga? I swear to God.
You have to be kidding. Charles, how could I would be embarrassed to come up as a troll with that kind of voice, man? Are you kidding me? I can't even mock him because it's so bad. Okay.
That nigga look like. See, this is what happens when you use crack when you're pregnant. This is what happens when you use crack when you're pregnant. Stop it. Get help. Like, I'm sorry. You're gonna come up to my channel as ignorant as I am? Bitch. First of all, the first thing.
Voice than you, okay?
First of all, he looks like Mike Tyson with a deflated titty.
I mean, Mike, he sounds like Mike Tyson at 2. That's what
exactly. I'm sorry. Matter of fact, Breezy, I'm gonna do you a favor. Since it's my birthday next week, April 1st, we in Baltimore. Go ahead, run up on me in Baltimore and see what happens to you. Either I'm gonna beat the shit out of you, or you're gonna catch a 45, or you're gonna catch this fucking.
Hey, Charles, like Kevin, you say you cannot make this shit up, man.
You can't make it up.
You can't make
nigga
this
not
shit
even man enough to. Nigga not even man enough to masturbate. What the fuck?
Masturbate with what?
You know, this is the type of nigga who said he lost his virginity.
This nigga had
he's going to tell you he lost his virginity, but why his anus hurts.
Hey, wait a minute. now he comes up with a Daffy Duck voice, sounding goofy, man, with a lisp, and he say get more pussy than all of us, both of us combined. Are you kidding me?
That nigga ain't have BGS. That nigga ain't have pussy since he been out of work.
And you know what? Hey, Charles. He might get. You know why he might get pussy? You know how you get pussy from a woman? You make
because he's a lesbian.
No, because you make him laugh.
Yeah, exactly. He probably get pity set.
You know, they start doubling up. You know what, Nick? I'm gonna give you some pussy just on the strength.
you know, I gotta say this. And shout out to ABM. He joined the chat. You're gonna threaten me in my fucking city.
He ain't. Man, I mean, you know what, Charles? You know what?
Go ahead. Go ahead. See, I'm gonna say this.
You know how they would look at you if you beat up on some dude that sounded like that.
I don't give a shit. I'm gonna tell you. There's 5 motherfuckers that are man eaters that will destroy you. Polar bears, jaguars, fucking crocs. And what's the other one? Leopards, tigers.
Yeah,
and me. I will destroy you.
and knee guys, huh?
I went to a fucking zoo one time and a fucking lion saluted. Like, nigga, we both in Baltimore, nigga. I tell you where I'm at every fucking weekend. Go ahead. Go the fuck ahead.
I had to charge mine for old little bitch. You ain't got no fucking charger, you little wuss.
Nigga, He had to charge my phone.
Had to charge my phone.
Nigga, you had to charge your voice, bitch. That's what you needed to do. Charge your fucking phone, bitch. Charge your voice, bitch.
Charge your voice,
First of all, I told you to knock the dicks out of your mouth when you speak to people. That's what you need to do. First of all, you sound like a twink that just came out.
He does sound like a twink. He really does. Yeah, he does sound like a freaking
I'm surprised. I won't be surprised if you don't have blue hair. Nigga. Nigga. There are some motherfuckers you do not put a threat against. Nigga, do you really want that ABM? How easy it is to run into somebody in Baltimore?
Not very hard.
It's extremely easy.
And you gotta tell me, you run up on me and say you're gonna threaten me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I used to do for a living? I'm the motherfucker that cops call 911 to.
Yeah, and sometimes some soldiers too back in that
Yeah.
rap.
Do you know who does the Justice League call 911 to? Superman.
Oh, Superman. Yeah, that's true.
Who does the Avengers? They call Thor. Fuck this. What happened at Infinity War when Thor came out with that fucking axe?
Bring me Thanos.
Bring me that mother. And he put that fucking axe in his fucking. He put it in his chest like he promised he would. And you know the most cruel part of that shit? He grabbed him by his head and pushed that motherfucker in.
Yeah.
Hey, Charles, they say he got intimate with Thanos. That nigga looked in he looked deeply in his eyes.
Ain't nobody.
Yeah, that's the type of shit I'm on. Let me put it to
That nigga grabbed him by the back of the head.
Let me put it to you this way, nigga. Let me put it to you this way.
That nigga grabbed Thanos by the back of the head, yo.
Push that fucking axe in his chest.
I can't.
Oh,
I mean, I gotta give you Baltimore niggas one credit, man. Y'all not afraid of shit, man. No way I got on anybody's panel with that voice. Okay, I'd be too embarrassed. Okay, yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah. I got a proper voice. All right.
Oh, what I'm saying is, yeah, but
I'm gonna tell
him. If he's
I'm gonna tell you what. First of all, you sound like you went through Brandon Scott's mayoral educational benefits. You first and foremost, you're not even hooked on phonics, baby. You were hooked on crack, baby. And you're not even from the generation of the crack epidemic. And you gotta, nigga. I could put some people I've been on Iraq with, basic with, wrestling, and the police department and say, I am more hazardous to your health than cigarettes.
I know.
Hey, what was his problem?
His problem was his mama ain't love him because she just left my house. His problem was that he had to join the family business of sucking dick for $5.
You know what, Charles? That was the best laugh of the night, man. When I heard him, I said, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
You think I'm scared of this Chuck E. Cheese
No,
motherfucker?
I'm laughing my ass. The thing he might whoop my ass because I'd be laughing too hard.
I'd be like, yo, this nigga. First of all, I'm not gonna listen to a nigga who mom, sister, and auntie sucking dick for Chuck E. Cheese tokens. So what's up? You sucking dick for bus tokens and they don't exist anymore. What the
Oh man!
Holy shit!
Man.
Come on, Breezy. He said, "Send the link. Send the link with your rishy ass, with your remedial ass."
What does he have a problem with?
Succotash ass.
He's just a troll, man. He ain't got no life.
He's not even a troll. This nigga is pussyless in Seattle. Here's this nigga right here.
We didn't block you, nigga. We can read your chat. How can we block you if we read your
nigga? You can't even spell block. What the fuck? You fucking retarded.
He can spell it. He can't say it though.
Block.
He's claiming he's from Baltimore.
Here's
He
what he said.
claiming he from Baltimore. 443 Breezy. Nigga, get your punk ass the fuck out of here before I
Man,
fucking
that
put my
nigga, nah,
boots on.
that nigga from Owens Mills or some shit. He not from
Yeah,
Baltimore.
he from Milford Mill, like Woodlawn or some shit.
That nigga out there in security.
He
He
out
from
there.
Edgewood.
No. He out there on the cusp of Bowie.
How do you say blocked, BZ? Blocked.
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 You know, first of all, every nigga know in Baltimore,
Oh
there
my
are certain
God.
niggas you don't fuck with. You don't fuck with. I just having a talk with Chris when I put him on with Invincible, the show, because you know the creators of this show actually autographed my hardback copy. The beating Omni Man put on Mark would be humane compared to the beating I would put on you. Do you know there were people who said they wanted to see me one on one with a fight? And my female partner said it would be more humane if he shot you. I said I would break every bone in your body happily,
If you sound like
joyfully.
that,
I
you
would
better
be
be
fucking elated.
you
I
better
would
be
be.
Mike Tyson if you sound like that. You need to.
First of all, shout out to Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford says I'm a boxer who can wrestle. And he said a boxer has a 1 to 2 point chance to knock you out. But if a wrestler gets a hold of a boxer, it's over.
Yeah, it's over, yeah.
And think about this, right? I could do both. Not including the catch wrestling and jiu-jitsu shit I could do with my hands. I've broken people's fucking arms and legs who were bigger than me.
Yeah, but you get a pro, you never see it coming. You'll
You'll never see it coming.
You never see
You'll
it
never
coming.
see it coming. You'll never see it coming. They don't. They don't see it coming. And this is the fact of the matter. You think if you catch me down in my spot, listen to my speaker, I'm going to be trying to shoot the ones and the twos with you? Because depending on who I'm with, I got to protect them. I got to be with my lady or some lady, somebody else's lady probably, or my lady. I got to be with my boys. And then God forbid if some of my boys are just as armed to the teeth as I am, pick your poison, nigga. See, all my friends are armed. It ain't a question. All of them. See, when it comes to guns, we have guns with a Z. Plural. You know, I wonder how he says plural. Plural. Plural.
Poor.
I am your nigga.
How can you have no bass in your voice and have a speech impediment? And, get
And
up
you
here?
gonna threaten a nigga that's greater than you. What's the audacity of you niggas? That's not the type of audacity I told you niggas to have.
But you know, that 10 spot was good for the laugh.
Oh, that 10 spot was good. Thank you. I appreciate you. See,
that was good for the laugh.
You know, ABM's a fellow Baltimorean like me. And there's one thing what Baltimoreans do. Look, my godson said it best. We ain't got to talk already. Just put them up. We know you're not going to talk. Just put them up. Straight up. I'd rather you niggas bank me so you can have an excuse. And for those who are not familiar with Baltimorean lingo, what does bank mean, ABM?
Jump. That's a jump.
That's a jump. When we say bank, we mean jump. We ain't talking about a financial institution.
Yes, my brother. Antoine. Can you hear me?
All right, can you hear me?
Yes, brother, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
All right.
All right. The video you did with the women seeking gay men, or they don't want to deal with men that's heterosexual because of the toxicity and etc. Right?
Right.
This is our today, and some different ways. But aren't we at a point now? Are we at a point now that, you know, most women that seek for more, I guess those men that, what do they call it? Especially they call it emotionally intelligent and all this stuff. Is that what they're talking about? As older men, or is it something different? I'm kind of confused for the women that said they try and divorce themselves away from certain type of men. I don't know if you want to give detail to that.
Okay. I'm going to try to answer it as best as I can based on what I heard. You're trying to ask me if we both talk at the same time, it's going to be bad because you really have a bad line.
Okay.
But when women say they want a man who's emotionally intelligent, she's basically trying to say, I want a man who thinks like me. That's pretty much what she's trying to get men to do. I want a man who's on my page. That's all she's saying. Don't try to overread it any more than that. I need a man who's willing to go down and deal with my emotional roller coasters that I go through. And that is a dangerous thing for a man to do. And we have a society that's trying to condition men to think like women. And this is dangerous because eventually once you fall into a woman's program, then she will disrespect you for sure. So you stay a man, you be a man. You do not think like women. We are not women. We are men. We think logically, linearly, and that is how we're supposed to think. So anytime a woman says that you're not emotionally intelligent, just tell her, listen, do you understand what the word emotionally intelligent means? Most of them don't know. The reality of it is emotionally intelligent basically means that you have the ability to regulate your own emotion, not become chaotic with everybody else's way of thinking. Emotional regulation is being stoic. That's part of what men do. So that's the definition of emotional intelligence, being empathetic to other people's feelings and opinions, but still be logical, still be stoic. And that's what women hate. So don't tell a woman that you're not, don't listen to these women about emotional intelligence. Most of them don't know what the word means.
Chaos. They like the chaos.
They like the chaos. So when you're able to
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
chaos,
let that chaos reign with
must reign